What's up, everyone? This is Kim1234 here with the Jump In Podcast. And today we got a very special guest, IFCYipeS. What's up, man?
I'm doing good. How's everybody doing? How you doing, sir?
Doing good. Wait,
okay.
Wait, hold on. Finger. There he is. See? Right now?
Yeah.
Midnight,
so I had to
son.
make a jump in. Somebody was pressing buttons and I had to jump in. So here we go.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Chilling. Once again, Logan Sama is currently doing actual work, so he can't show up today to do the usual hosting duties, but he'll be back next week, or at least in 2 weeks. Hopefully we have some news to actually talk about, so yeah. But let's talk about you. Let's talk about you now, my friend.
All right, man. What's up, man? Talk to me.
It seems like Alex Vi needs to step to the side because I think we have a new Mr. Street Fighter on the scene.
Oh, man. Woo. I mean, I'm like 20 years younger than him, but other than that.
Wait, really? I thought we're from the same generation, like 30, right? 30-something?
Nah, maybe. No, I'm just saying I'm younger, so I'm better. No, just crack. I'm just joking, man. But what's up, man? Yeah, I've been stepping my game up as of late, so that's a sign.
Yeah, so we're recording this on Monday, your time, and let's see, if I recall, you got 9th, right? Is that Summer Jam?
Unfortunately, yeah. If it's not number one, it doesn't matter to me, but yeah, 9th, unfortunately.
Well, tell me about your performance. Who did you play against? There
was a couple of killers, starting in my pools, I had NuckleDu, and he put me in the blender. He made all types of smoothies with me. And then, I just made it out, had a clean run. I just made it all the way to top 16. So then that's when the real challenge always begins. Then I bumped it to Young Art, and then I put a foot in his ass, and then made it to 9th, and then I lost to LPN respectively. So,
damn.
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Did you face off against did you take down any superstars other than Art on the way?
Let's see. Not really superstars, but really good players. So I would say, I beat Dan Slip. He's a Cammy player. He's actually had my number. Well, not really too much. He beat me at Apex. Then I seen him at Defender North. And then he beat me, sent me to lose. Then I beat him. Then I seen him, and then I beat him pretty clean, pretty convincing. So, and then I beat Dark Child. And then that's what made me step up to the top 16.
The Dark Child one was on stream. I think I watched that one.
Who does he use?
Balrog.
He uses Balrog.
Yeah. Well, shit. I mean, good stuff. Most people know you from Marvel. I know you from Marvel too. You versus Duck. Grand stage.
Definitely.
Not knowing the matchup. I'm sorry, you didn't know the matchup?
It's cool. I'm still pulling the knives out of my butt, so it's good. Don't worry about it. Yeah. It's been quite some time.
Yeah, man. All the OGs. I guess now we are the OGs, huh? Sadly.
Yeah, we're pretty dusty now. We're pretty dusty.
Yeah. Like that curtain in the background. Look at that.
Pretty dusty. No, I actually cleaned those up. Those actually been draped.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But we good. We good, though.
Yeah, man. So, basically, I think you are our official, third guest. So, I mean, this is just a conversation. We go wherever it goes.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Shoot, man. My dome is open for you.
I'm going to give you an exclusive, even for you.
Okay.
Have I ever told you the first time I actually met you? I don't think I've told you this story.
No, but I think I seen you the first time in person in 07. Was it 07? I think it was 07.
Was that EVO?
Yeah, it had to be.
Shit, 07. Who won that year?
That was me. That was me, Marvel 2, yeah.
No, the first time I saw you, I think was the year that you got second to Duck. And
yes. And possibly, yeah.
I don't know if you know, but Marvel 2 is actually my favorite game. It's CVS 2 and Marvel 2, but Marvel 2 is the only game. I'm telling you, it's the only game that I can play and I can lose, and it's all good. The only game I can lose 100 games in a row, and it's fun as fuck.
Yeah, man, keeps you active, dude. The heart's pumping all the time. It's pretty cool.
There's so many mini games. You want to land this combo. You don't want them to land their combo. Guard breaks, everything. I mean, why am I telling this to you? But
No, it's cool, man. Just express yourself, man.
Yeah. Remember back in the day, I just go to Bronson's house all the time. We both suck, but we both just want to land combos.
You said Bronson? You said Bronson. He definitely sucked, dude. He definitely sucked. Shout out to Bronson, though.
I mean, he sucks in Tekken and in Marvel, but Marvel 2, he was the only guy that could hit me with the Iron Man Infinite off the ghetto setups, off of the sweep that you can roll.
Oh, wow. You got hit with that? Yeah, dude, I always mash. You got always mash on Iron Man, dude, when you get knocked down. Every single time.
That shows my level right there.
Nah, it's all good though. Man, that's old school though. That's definitely throwback. If people got hit, that was a good season. People got hit with that for a minute, but then it got cleared up.
It was like Iron Man Psylocke and Iron Man Doom for a long time.
That would be some Bronson would pick.
There was that one East Coast guy. What's his name? He used Iron Man. Fucking shit.
Josh 360?
There we go.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's Tony Stark for sure.
I don't even know where we're going with this shit. This is Marvel 2, man. You can put the smile.
We can flip it. We can talk about whatever, man. Favorite breakfast, favorite dinner, don't matter, bro. I'm here, man.
Oh, there we go. First time I met you, right? So I was watching some Marvel casuals, right? And this dude just steps up in front of me. He doesn't say excuse me or whatever. He just steps up in front of me in my view. That dude was you, my friend.
Seriously?
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's Yipes. I guess I'll give him some top player privilege.
My bad. A couple years later.
No,
my bad.
It's all good. I'm sure you didn't see me. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Oh, snap. Okay.
Yeah, so fucking Summer Jam, Street Fighter V. How do you like Street Fighter V?
It's pretty good, man. I actually like it. I actually enjoy it in terms of how it's stale in a good way. Like, you don't have to do too much. So all you have to do is a lot of thinking. So a lot of thinking's involved. And I like the fact that you can be creative in terms of knockdowns, so you can actually test somebody's defense. So I really like that. Instead of just going with the same old autopilot, that this, and the third dead. I mean, except Mika. Mika does that, but just in general. And Laura, yeah. I mean, Necalli's kind of the same, but I mean, at least his commando's pretty slow, so you can actually have some leeway to do things if you really know what's coming. So, but yeah, other than that, it's really about playing the player. I think the only dislike I like is the input latency of movement.
Sure.
I don't really mind the buttons. It's just the movement is the only thing I don't like. So.
Are we talking 8 frames, or are we talking?
Yes. The dreaded 8 frames. So there'll be those situations where people jump in on you, like this podcast. They'll jump in on you, and then like you're trying to hold back, but last second you get clapped. I really blame that on the latency. So, and then you try to anti-air, but you don't anti-air in time. You get stuffed. Like little things like that.
There's still people out there that believe that the 8 frames thing is just like a myth. That it just happens to be in everyone's head.
No, you could definitely feel it in terms of the movement. And then we did. Me and Chris Matrix actually did a test about it. So the if you put a legacy controller with old PS4, a PS3 controller, like just a legacy controller in general, if you connect it, it's actually one frame less. So we'll have a situation where, like for example, I put like Necalli Stomp. We both picked Necalli, and I did Raha Stomp, which is neutral and block. And then we both hit jab at the same time, and he would win. He was the one with the controller, and he would win. So which is pretty like bugged out. So I don't know if you ever tried that, but you can actually check that out.
I've heard about it. I've seen people like pretty lenient. Like for example, let's say like a stick. There's only like a couple sticks laying around, right? They need to use the legacy one, like because they know that they have a slight advantage.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Actually, Ryan put me onto that Filipino champ, so I actually didn't believe him at first. I'm like, man, that's bullshit. Then I actually checked. It myself with Chris Matrix, and it actually is for real. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, there is technical proof out there. If you guys want to check out, what's his name? DisplayLag, right? DisplayLag.com. Hopefully that's the right website.
Yes. The homie deal.
That's all the technical info right there. But I mean, in this game, like, as long as you know how to play Street Fighter, you can tell, because never in Street Fighter has anyone ever gotten away with like so many jumps. Like, Jesus Christ, jumps are like literally like the best thing to do. Like in most Street Fighter games, like you need to discourage people from jumping, right? And you could do it.
Yeah.
But in this game, man, everyone's just wild.
I mean, it's a little more scrambly for sure. Like, I think the only characters I really see that stops jumps in's really good is like Dalsim. Who else? Mika. Mika got a button for it. Yeah. A couple characters. I wish Bison can. Yeah, Campy's not bad. Yeah. Bison is just. You would know. The jumping city.
Oh man, I stop them all day. If I stop them on reaction, it has to be a light, And then when you do a light, you're like right next to them, or they land first. It's all bad news, man. So,
yeah. But no, overall jumping is pretty strong in this game. And I mean, I have Necalli, I have an anti-air jab, but my theory is if I get jumped on my jab, I deserve it because that jab is pretty cheap. So if I get hit while they jump in and I try to scratch them, I deserve it.
If we can backcheck real quick, I noticed several times LPN. I think he's the one that took you out of the tournament, right?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. I don't know if he was doing it like consciously or not, but he was empty jumping. He was mixing up empty jump and actual jump-ins, and I saw your jab actually go through his body several times, like at least twice. And you're playing in the moment, so I can't hit you up or anything like that. But if I was next to you, I'd be like, hey man, like delay your jab a little bit more, or just don't be in that situation, because it looks like he knew what was going on. So your jab whipping was no mystery to him.
It's a possibility. He was jumping from a range where I figured he was trying to bait my DP because he ain't pressing nothing. So you got those safe ranges where you jump and then the DP will whiff or whatever and you're blocking time. I figured that's what it was, but maybe he does know something I don't know. Well, so it's a possibility for sure.
Well, we're gonna figure that out soon. You're gonna stream after this recording, huh?
Yeah, definitely. So now check it out myself. Yeah, for sure.
Talk about
LPN.
Actually.
Oh yeah, no, I know. You be in there picking your little wrestling themes and stuff. That's pretty cool. But no, seriously, LPN, he actually made a smart decision because the night before, and I'm actually not gonna do this anymore, but the night before we actually played a set, and he challenged me first to 5 and actually won that one. So I figured going in the tournament he'll pick like Alex. Well, first and foremost, I didn't even think I was gonna bump into him, but when I did find out how to play him, I was like, okay, he might pick Alex. But then I forgot he has like a wheel of characters. Right. So when he picked Birdie, I was like, oh, okay, wow. All right, that's pretty smart. The same thing with NuckleDu. We played sets many times, and I beat his Nash pretty convincingly. And then he came prepared with a Mika, yeah. So it's pretty smart on their part. I can't be mad at that. So, but that just goes to show you that you really can't go hard every time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, personally, that's not actually my style. Like, you can call me fucking sandbagger or whatever you want to say, but to me, like, I can't really explain how that could, at least unless your character is like a read-based character, it can't really benefit you, especially since in this game, like, one trick means you're dead. Not even just one trick, one knockdown, So
yeah,
if you play against someone like I don't know, you played in what, 5 games, 7 games or something, right?
First of 5, first of 5, yes.
I bet you like what they got from that was that like you were like ultra aggressive. So then they thought about all these like countermeasures for if they play you in tournaments. Like that's what I would think, because
I think more so LPN had the smart idea of picking a character that can outrange me. Since I do great damage, but my limbs is a little stubby. Right. So he pretty much went to that approach where if he had a good poke advantage, he'll have a better chance. So that was a smart decision by him. So it's pretty good.
Do you have birdie experience in general?
Slightly, nothing too big. I mean, I've beaten birdies before, so I would have said I'm 50-50, but he was just a better player at that time.
Yeah. And I think at that point it was 2 out of 3, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, one more for the 3 out of 5.
Yeah, right.
So it kind of sucked. My down low speed was pretty weak, I must say, so.
That's the new coolest meme. Yeah. Yeah, like, man. Street Fighter 5 is, I have, most of the time, I have fun playing the game. But like sometimes, like you just can't avoid feeling like frustrated, and that's the part that kind of, because like I told you before with Marvel 2, right? Marvel 2, I was like, it was like a fun frustration, I guess. Like you die instantly, so just play the next game. It's really quick. But in this game, it's kind of like abusing something or overwhelming someone is like really good. That sounds really elementary, but. Like, the way to win in this game, especially in the first of 2, is to just abuse stuff, like, over and over and over again. Like, recognize that, like, let's say, like, this guy can't deal with jump-ins. Just do jump-ins. That's how you approach the game.
Yeah, it's pretty yin and yang, actually, if you think about it. So, there'll be situations where, let's say I'll be in training mode all day, and I'll do a meaty that I always practice in training mode, but then here comes tournament, and they're randomly mixing up their mix-ups, which is good, their recoveries, right? So, like, let's say I'll do things like a DP. It's like you don't have advantage if you anti-air with Necalli on the dash-in. I always get clipped, but for some reason in tournament, I always think about it like, damn, why am I getting hit? And then I remind myself right then and there. But it's more so how consistent you can keep your offense on knockdown. So if you know that, so what I did was when I played NuckleDu, that was happening. So I would knock him down. He always normal recovered. I figured he would back recover, right? So I'll like double dash, and then it'll be a counter hit to a clap into the corner. So after that, I was just like, no matter what, if they normal recover, I'm gonna do crouching jab. So after jab slash with Necalli, you can always dash up and do crouching jab. It beats 3 frames. So I was just like, you know, no matter what happens, I'm just gonna keep doing that one. If they back recover, so what? That's how I looked at it. Yeah. So that actually helped me out throughout the whole tournament as well.
When you played him, when you played NuckleDu, what was the score?
It was 2-0, but it went round for round. But those rounds that he got me, man, that was pretty bad. I guessed wrong every time, for sure.
Shit, like for me, I mean, for a lot of characters that don't have like 5-frame active normals or specials to cover most of the wake ups, like it's a bit rough. Like one of my actually questions for you later on, I'll just ask it now. But like, what do you think about like conditioning people in this game? Because like in this game, as long as someone can pick a wake up, it's 50. What's that 50-50? But you know, there's only 3 options, right? They pick the right one, and then they mash like a light 3-frame move, or they mash a DP, and then their momentum starts from there. As long as that's an option, like I think conditioning people is pretty goddamn difficult.
I mean, it's there. It just depends on the character. So you know, characters like Mika, you know, I'm not stressing the character like I hate it, but characters like Mika definitely has that option. You know, Necalli does also in the corner, so I don't really have to worry. In the corner, he can actually deal with both recoveries. So it just depends on the character, really. But I see what you mean. It's not consistent, as you would say. Is that what you mean? Like, it's not consistent,
it's not a matter of being consistent, but, like, you can kind of throw logic out the door a little bit. You know, like...
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, okay, like, you have this much life, and then if I guess correctly, like, you can totally die. But then most people are like... I say most people through my experience. They're just, for some reason, really stubborn. They'll still wake up buttons. They'll still wake up... they'll pick a random button and then, like, just try to start their offense, even though they could have lost. They don't have enough life to gamble like that, you know?
Yeah. I think most of the time... So here in America, when I played a couple people, they assume a lot that we're going for a shimmy or something, a throw bait, as esports would say. But, yeah, they'll always assume it's there's a throw. So, I mean, like a shimmy. So they're always trying to, like, check you before you walk back. But then, you know, they see it hit. They're like, oh, okay, let me confirm it to a knockdown or something like that. But that's usually the case. But then you do have those players that'll just do it anyway, no matter what. So,
yeah.
Now you truly don't know what's going on in their mind.
It's like
it's scary. It's pretty
scary, man. Like, because I don't know. Before there was like safe jumps, and you know, like everything was a crush counter, basically. You know, like I'm not promoting like robotic one-player gameplay, you know, but I do think it would be nice for there to be less risky options when you are pressuring someone. It just feels that like people just want to gamble until they get their offense started. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I
think, you know what pisses me off in the game, really, it's not really the wake up buttons. It's like, man, I know he's gonna DP, but I think he's gonna sit here. Let me sit there. He DPs up. Damn it. That could have been my damage. Like, I'd be looking at it like that. But you know what? The wake up buttons and the offense of the game don't really bother me. I mean, I've played the Marvel series, so that's been a very bad situation. If you wake up and press a button, you're going to die. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, based off just that experience, it doesn't bug me that much in Street Fighter 5, but definitely when you're in that conditioning mind state, it's like, okay, he's going to sit here and take that, and he doesn't. It's pretty frustrating. It can definitely get frustrating a little bit.
But I mean, game is fun. Game is good.
Game is good. I really like the game. It's nice and basic, nothing too crazy, and everybody could get into it. So that's what I really like about the game. What most importantly I like about these new games is all the new blood comes out. We need that. We need that very, very, very much. Very much so.
Yeah, I mean, let's see here. New blood. Who is considered? In Japan, there's a couple of new generation players starting just from Street Fighter 5. So that's kind of refreshing to see.
I haven't seen nobody stand out. Like, everybody thinks Yukadan is the new guy in Street Fighter 5. I'm like, nah, dude, that guy used to play freaking Viper in Street Fighter 4. Like, I remember. But I don't really remember any new faces. Like, in Japan, anyway. Yeah. I mean, there's a couple new faces in America, but I haven't caught anyone in Japan.
I mean, like, do you consider like Smug and NuckleDu? Are they new now? But they've been around since Street Fighter 4 at least, so that's.
I think for me to consider them OG, they're gonna have to put 10 years of work. I would say just 10 years. You know, if I see their face for 10, if I actually watch them grow in front of me, then yeah, like Smug, he just got. I don't know what's up with his face. I guess the black don't crack, but I never seen him age yet. I just seen like facial hair come out of him. That's it. And then NuckleDu, he just grew up right in front of us. I remember. Yeah. He used to be part of my team, EMP. Mm-hmm. I don't know, for the dark days. But
can we say that?
Yeah. But I've seen him grow up to the player that he is, to the person that he is now. So it's pretty awesome to see these guys grow in front of us.
You know, actually, I put out a tweet on. Let me find it real quick. The tweet was basically like, "You got any questions for Yipes? Let us know, and you can win a promo code for XSplit 1 premium month for free." The homie East said, "What role should the current OGs in the FGC have in this new generation? Mike Ross, Momochi, and Daigo have taken different roles. How do you feel about each, and where do you see yourself?" That's directed to you.
Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna assume roles in terms of what I can do in the community to just make it grow or to keep it stable, I would say. So I'm gonna just take it. I'm gonna take it like that. Yeah. All right. So I don't really feel like I have a role necessarily. It's more so I just want to be involved and stay involved, so I could just give awareness to all the players and people that's just gamers. First of all, most awareness to the gamers. Mm-hmm. So once I give that awareness to them, hopefully my job is to give them that interest to come and try out these fighting games. You know, I always want to give out that energy to the world to know what's going on. Like I said, that awareness to know that this is going on. Like, because there's a lot of people still to this day that don't know that this is going on. Like fighting games. Like fighting games is that deal right now. Right. You know, so my job really is to keep it going in terms of that energy, that positive energy, so people can see that you could just come in and join and have some games. And if you don't even like playing, you could just come and watch it. But I think another one too is just to stay involved, man. Like a lot of people, there'll be like some OGs be like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna retire," or something. Like that's such a stupid word when it comes to fighting games, just games in general. Unless of course you're playing like some League of Legends, like $1 million tournaments. Then okay, I can understand that. You win one.
They always come back.
Yeah, you win one and go or something like that. Like go open up a business or something. But in terms of fighting games, there's no such thing as retirement. Like there's just breaks. Like I've taken many breaks and come back. But I never want people to think that I'm just going to give up on it. You know what I'm saying? So I would say my role would be growth.
I mean, one good example is you and Persia did commentary at EVO this year, right?
Yes.
For Marvel. And I think a lot of eyes were watching EVO for sure. And I think you and her did a really good job on that. And, you know, since EVO was what? I don't know.
2 months ago.
7 games, 8 games or something. I don't know what it was for top 8, but.
The games, it was safe, like 6-7 games. Yeah, 6-7 games. Right?
I mean, and everyone, if you watched it from the beginning, you saw different looks, different personalities and stuff like that. And I think that it's safe to say that you and Persia like showed a different side to how commentators could present themselves. So I applaud you, my friend.
Yeah, thank you, man. You know what though? I would like to say I would have been more energetic if I knew that there was a mic compression in there, because I figured if I went too hype that I was just gonna blow the speakers away. Right. But then they told me, I was like, "Yo, man, can I go crazy on these grand finals?" When it was Kane Blue Ribbon and Chris G, they was like, "Yeah, go ahead, man." The mics can't pick this up, and I was like, "Are you serious?" And that's when I went off in the finals. Yeah, I would have actually done that the whole way if I would have known from the beginning. But that's nobody's fault though.
I thought that was like, because like example for like UFC, right? For UFC, like the people in the audience, I heard that they have an option where they can just buy like a headset and they can listen to like the commentators like Joe Rogan and Mike Goldberg, and then like of course you can just go raw and not hear them at all. So I thought maybe that was what was going on. Like the people had headsets, and if they wanted to hear you, then they could put it on or something like that. But when I was watching the ESPN footage, you could actually hear like James Chen in the background as Mike is talking. So I was like, oh
yeah.
That must kind of throw him off a little bit,
It might have a little bit. It might have. That was pretty different. I didn't think that was gonna happen that way. I thought it was gonna be just one set of commentators and then like both can broadcast or whatever, but that was pretty interesting. But I mean, it worked out regardless. The people that was there live enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure everybody at home enjoyed it. I had my pom-poms up in the air the whole time. I was like literally in the front. I was literally in the front on the side with a good view watching it, so it was pretty cool.
I wonder what would have happened if you made top 8. Like, how would that work? Because I'm sure they asked you ahead of time, yeah?
I never really thought, in terms of, before, like in terms of no, they just gave me a time. They was like, "Yo, man, be here at this certain time." I was like, "Okay," and then they'll just pick us up, give us our little VIP passes so we could go up to the skybox every time, and then that was it. Pretty simple, pretty good.
Damn, imagine it, man. Next year, how can it get bigger?
I mean, I would say to just keep it in the Mandalay Bay unless they money's up and they could just go anywhere. Probably set it up in the moon or something. Who knows? But
I don't know.
It's a good look.
I don't know about you, man, but I've been preaching like entrances. Like, I mean, like back in the day, like when you made top 8, and even when I made top 8, like I remember we did like kind of ghetto entrances. Like they play the music and then we just walk upstairs and that's basically it. Stairs, 6 steps. And so, like,
yeah.
Ever since that point, they didn't do it. So I thought like they had something against entrances, or maybe like they couldn't play the like certain music because obviously they don't have the copyright to it, right? But
that's possibility. That could probably be it for sure.
But
I can see that.
They cut out entrances for like a good, I don't know, 7 years or something since then.
And I mean, I guess now how the production value is, they're just trying to capture that ambiance of the person coming in. So like you saw how Joe, when he came out and all that love had, like I know that shit, that was just looking, that was looking amazing to me. Like at that point, I didn't even need to listen to any music or anything like that. Just that alone, the visuals sold it to me that this guy is here to play, you know.
Yeah.
So that he is the people's champ. So that was pretty cool to see.
Oh, he's definitely the people's champ now.
Joey's always been like that too, man. You know what it is? I always love Joe just the way he is, man. As a pop monster, as a professional, doesn't matter. He's just a great human being. So it's pretty good to see that everyone got to see that. And I mean, that side of Joe, that love and that passion. Because we already knew that. Everybody in the East Coast, anybody in America that knows him, knows who he is, so and how he is as a person, which is a good thing. But now the world knows what he's about. So that's an awesome feat, you know.
The world knows Joe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sexy looking man too. So he's representing us well. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
I think he's pretty well known now in Japan. As you probably know, he's probably told you, but you know he's coming to TGS now. All expenses.
Yeah. No, he's on it. Hell yeah. Milk that. I'll take that. With a bowl of cereal, man.
You should come, man. You should come.
I was thinking about it. I had some plans back in the day, but a lot of fake stuff was happening. I don't want to get into it, but yeah, I definitely do want to make a visit out there for sure. Yeah. But I don't got my passport now. Mine's expired, so I'm gonna have to step that up real quick.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Yeah. No arcades though, so it's gonna be kind of weird. Even when Joe comes here, he's gonna. I mean, there's not gonna be like a time where he can't play because online play is always great and everything. But you know, like in terms of going to like sessions and stuff like that, it's gonna be a bit.
Right.
Well, I mean, he knows the right people, so it's all good for him, I suppose. But for like the common player, it's pretty rough. There's only certain days where like you can have these kind of sessions, and you got to pay money, which is not a big deal. You just kind of got to accept that if you live in Japan, pay money for everything. But
yeah, it just kind of sucks. You can't get it consistent, huh? Like consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, well, out here it's kind of the same thing, but it's more so that either it's too far, or just people are working, or just people are lazy, whatever the case is. But we'll still get good numbers no matter what. But like for example, for me, I don't really travel to the LAN centers like that as I did before. Like before, I used to live in Brooklyn. That's why I used to see me at Next Level a lot. But now I live a little farther, so I don't go. And the trip late night is pretty annoying to me. That's just me personally. So the only time I really go to NLBC is when I get a ride or something like that. So Henry, don't hate me. Don't think I don't want to go. So, but yeah. But mostly I chill with the MvC2 homies, and we actually train. And we don't train where we'll just play like 100 games and we don't say anything. It's not those training sessions. It's we'll play it and we'll pick apart our bad habits and stuff like that. So we're definitely trying to incorporate that more. Hopefully everyone else incorporates that. There's a lot of egos and stuff like that, which is a good thing. It could be healthy, but it actually stops growth of how to get a player better and stuff like that, how to get them more ready.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, speaking of that, it hasn't been lately, but I remember there was like some Twitter banter between like not having people step it up on the East Coast scene in terms of Street Fighter V. There's so much noise being made on the West Coast, obviously, and on the East Coast. I think you were making a vocal that I guess to put it lightly, people want to keep things to themselves. and they don't really want to make it out and share the wealth, share the knowledge. Am I correct?
Yeah. Well, I don't think I necessarily meant it that way. I think well, it was something similar like that. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm trying to remember what exactly was that I said. But yeah, no, people tend to that stuff, man. And you know, I come from that old era where, you know, save it for nationals. You know, I do have tricks in my pocket that I save it for nationals for sure. But I always give them the canvas and the paintbrush always, and I'll tell them how to draw the picture every time. You know what I'm saying? But what comes after that you're gonna have to come with your own picture. You know what I mean? If it makes sense.
Yeah.
But your own art. But you know, I don't hide nothing. I'm on my stream every time, and when I'm in the lab showing Necalli stuff, I always let people know what's the deal, stuff that I do, you know. So I just be like on some funny stuff, be like, yeah, man, I know you saw my stream. That's why you did that setup right there, or something like that. But other than that, no, I don't like to hide anything. Hold on, give me a second.
Yes.
Just wanted some water. But yeah, there's nothing to really hide, man. Especially in this game.
In this game, I think hiding stuff actually hinders you more because you have to get used to so many things. And like, even though like in past games it would be like I have to know this guy's setup, but in this game it's more of like I have to know if this guy usually goes for frame traps or, you know, like that, or like when is he shimmy, like stuff like that, like general stuff, and pick it up on like their patterns rather than like some unblockable setup or something, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. You definitely want to know what's going on, so like you can see the layers of offense, get used to seeing the layers of offense, so you can actually come up with options to get out of these situations for sure.
That's what I'm saying, like, man. Fucking LPN and fucking NuckleDu, they played against you. They took notes. I'm telling you. No,
it was smart, man. It was smart. That's my fault for assuming that I wouldn't bump into these guys in the tournament. But lesson learned for sure. Lesson learned.
What's your next tournament anyway?
ECT for sure. So hopefully I do well in that one.
When is that? I'm not sure.
That's next week.
Oh, really?
It's been a lot. Is it? Hold on. Let me check my calendar here. No, it's 2 weeks from now. Damn, time freaking flies, man. Yeah, 2 weeks from now will be ECT. I think it's like the first weekend of September. So yeah, you'll catch me there. I was thinking about going to TFC, so we'll see what happens. And then, you know, finish off the year with NEC. Just a lot of Eastern tournaments, a lot of Northeast tournaments.
Is there a reason you're not making it out to like West Coast or international tournaments?
Well, due to me not being sponsored anymore, you know, it's pretty hard to take out some of that rent money and buy some tickets to go anywhere. So maybe it's going to be pretty rough.
Podcast, the millions and millions.
I mean, we'll see what happens, you know. But in terms of sponsorships, man, I don't like the cut and dry, you know, here, money, just push our product, that's it. I'm not with that, man.
Please go on. This is interesting. I want to hear more.
Yeah.
Please go on.
I'm all about, so I've been in the game for quite some time. I would say 11 years. So the first half of that, when I did travel like to the West Coast and stuff, that all came out of pocket. But I always had that thought in myself, that satisfaction, I would say, that I came out here and I learned something, you know. I learned something about myself, and, you know, I realized coming up, and I realized my value, that I am a brand, you know what I'm saying? So I never thought that I would ever say that I was a brand, but, you know, it just kind of happened. I just put everything together and I became a brand. Right. Now that's established, it's been established for a while, but when that was established, I really look at my sponsors like, yo, man, if these guys really want to help me, I want them to help me grow as a person and as a business.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
It makes perfect sense, man.
So when I see people that just do it, and then, you know, they'll get that nice run to go to these tournaments, and then all of a sudden they just get dropped like a bag of potatoes, that just goes to show you they don't care about your value. Right. So when I'm looking for sponsorships now, like it was kind of like that with the Steam Co. But two guys that was working with them, I'm not gonna say no names, but there was two of the main guys that was working with them. They actually got dropped. So all that was left was the guy that was running the business. So, you know, everybody. So just so I could clear the air now, they didn't drop us because of the Capcom Pro Tour thing. It wasn't that at all. It was just, you know, the guy felt like we couldn't make him no money, so he dropped us like a bag of potatoes. Now it wasn't like that at the beginning. So when that happened, I kind of felt disrespected, but, you know, it's whatever. Especially when I made the guy money, and stuff like that. But that just goes to show you that you really have to know how to value yourself.
Well, I mean, so it's all lesson learned, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't take it. I don't take it with no salt or any bad blood or anything. You know what I mean? They took care of me, and I've always appreciate that. But you know, that just goes to show you, man, that you really have to care about your value for sure. So now, let's say if I get a good offer, yeah, I'll send you to every tournament. But what you gotta do is just wear this shirt. I'm gonna be like, nah, man, no, thank you, peace out.
Because you already been there. You already been there.
I've been there. And you know what though, the sponsors, yes, the sponsors that I've been with, you know, Broken Tier, beautiful. It was just more so the capital wasn't there because we didn't have too many ways to make the capital. So, but that taught us a lesson, you know, especially Kugi. Shout out to Kugi. That taught us a lesson of what we could do with ourselves and value ourselves and what we could spread to the market. So it wasn't nothing bad blood with Broken Tier. Like that was just, you know, and that's just me leaving. I left for smoke and mirrors, you know what I mean? They sold me a good dream, and then I found out at the end of the road, I woke up, it wasn't for real. So, but that's just but Broken Tier was a beautiful sponsorship. Steam Code was good, like I said during the beginning. But yeah, definitely, if I would ever get sponsored again, I would definitely tread carefully. That's just me. So.
I see where you're coming from. I was sponsored by eLife Pro. do you remember them from back in the day?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, things were never like really bad, but I always felt that like whenever I see like new players, and let's say I'll give one example, like Alex Myers. Alex Myers, fantastic player. This has nothing to do with his skill at all. This statement is just like, when Street Fighter V came out, like, sponsors just suddenly, they saw Street Fighter V came out, let's grab the players that are doing great, like, right now. And then Alex Myers, great player, but at that time, there wasn't enough results for anyone to gather, like, who was a good player or not, you know? I think, like, a company could approach a situation like, oh, we saw this guy did really good this tournament, get him on board, something like that, right? And so those, logically, I mean, those probably won't last that long. So it's
I mean, that's sorry to cut you off.
Okay.
It's more so that's just the nature of business, man. They always do those little trial runs, like, yeah, man, let's give him a year, see how he does, and then, you know, that's just any sponsorship, really. Like there's like no pointing fingers at any certain sponsor, but that's just how it happens, man. So like I said, those are the ones I'm talking about, man. The people that don't really value your brand, you as a person, as an individual, your IP. You know?
Would you have any advice for any people that might be in this situation? Like maybe something they could learn along the ride?
Well, I would say this. For the people that do want to travel and just want to do fighting games, then that's fine. What I'm telling you, the trial runs and stuff, those are fine. If that's all that you want to do is play fighting games and travel and get that experience to get better, then by all means go do it. But at the same time, be careful what they're doing with your name, because they could be making money at your name on the side, especially when you sign the contract. So please read the fine print. That is very important. But other than that, if they're taking care of you, you know, they put in food. Most importantly, I want the sponsors, to put some money in their pocket and just let them take care of themselves. Like it sucks that you get sponsored and they'll fly you out to a location. Yeah, they'll give you a room, but then you have to come out of pocket to buy your own food and stuff like that. Like, nah, man, take care of your product, man. Like, take care of them. You know, put some money in their pocket. Like, I would love a sponsor like to like one of my boys or whatever the case is, that they never have to waste $1 going to a tournament. So, but those for, like I said, those for the players that just want to get sponsored and play. You know, but then you got these players that want to, you know, expand beyond that. You know, that they just want to be more than just a player. They want to just be just something in the game, in the community, where it will help them, and then it will help them as the individual, and it will help the community as a whole as well. So those are the people I would say, just don't undervalue yourself. Don't lower yourself. Don't lower your value for just crumbs and breadcrumbs. You know what I'm saying?
Don't you feel
I would say like that.
Don't you feel that's kind of like an FGC realization? Because like I mean, to be honest, we're in the infancy of being sponsored. We're like still adapting to the process of how that is. So like for us, like I remember back in the day, not gonna mention who the sponsor was, but it used to be like 50%. You make money, you give us 50%, like something like that, right? And that is pretty rough because even if you win, even the best outcome, damn, you know, like you don't even make that. You probably don't even come out on top, really.
No.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that we dealt with that, and how it is now. I mean, it's much better than it was before for sure. But there's always I think the number that we have in our head should be much higher than what we think it is, because of our our state of mind in this situation.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, I agree, man. I agree. But yeah, I just be careful, man. When you just looking over that contract, just really be careful be very wise about what you do nowadays.
Hit up
like you said,
Ultra David for legal advice.
Oh no, hit Ultra David, dude. That's actually a pretty smart thing too, but you're gonna have to come out of pocket. But that's just business. So if you really want to do it a safe way, I would suggest that for sure. And Abraham Sotelo, he'll be in the mix soon. I think he got one more year to finish school, and he's officially a lawyer. So big ups to the homie Neo. Yeah. But yeah, man, just like I said, if you just want to be the player, then go for it. But if you want to be more than that, if you want your IP to just have some value, because that's good for the resume too, man. Like everything that I've done so far, I put it in my resume. Yeah. So anything that has to do with casting, gaming in general, everything that I've got hired for, it's in there. So like the Mandalay Bay, that's like the icing on the cake right now. That's pretty good. You know?
Oh, you're gonna use that in the future.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah,
guarantee it's gonna happen. By the way, have you ever heard of a show called EVO or a channel called ESPN2? You know, you might.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm milking that. Yeah, milking it, man.
I love it. I love it.
I'll probably add on the side I know Joe too, man. I don't know if you've seen that guy. Like fun of the
we hugged on camera. We hugged on camera.
Yeah.
It was a good hug too.
Hey, I didn't even notice people really caught that too. I never watched the rebroadcast, but they were telling me, yeah, man, that look, that stare down was epic. Now it's like, oh yeah. That was just regular. Like I didn't even see those cameras around us. That was just regular. That usually happens, man. That happened at Winterboro when we made top 8. We did the same thing. I was like, yo, let's go, Joe, kill him.
No, man. People are afraid to be genuine. I swear, man. It's so odd because you hear it everywhere. Like, just be yourself. You know, people will appreciate you for who you are. You know, don't be fake, whatever. I mean, there's a lot of ways that people can phrase it. You know, but. I mean, when you and Joe, whatever you want to call it, embraced when he was making his walkout, that was real, you know. I think it's on your Twitter or maybe your Facebook or something.
Yeah, my profile picture. Right? Yeah.
That look that you had, I was like, that's real. Like go get him, boy. You know, you were saying something like that, right? Like I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Some shit, right?
Nah, I just said you already know, Joe. You already know we here. And then he was just like, I know.
Yeah, something profound.
I know. Yeah. Nah, I showed that love though, man. Joe was really happy. I felt them, dude. I felt that energy on for him, which is crazy. So, yeah, keep them coming, Kim.
Let's see here. So we talked a little bit too much about stuff outside the game. Let's go back into the game a little bit. You know. Okay, so I'm gonna define your playstyle, and you tell me if I'm extremely off or if I'm right.
Go for it.
All right, here we go. You want to overwhelm your opponent, and you don't want to give them any breathing space. Once you are in their face, that's your comfort zone, and that's where you make most of your reads. And based on how your opponent reacts, that's how you change up your offense. You rarely want to go on the defense, mostly on the offense. If there's any action that you're making, is always to get next to them. Am I right?
Yeah. All right. So, okay, you are correct. I do like to overwhelm my opponent. I mean, ever since Marvel 2. I always like to overwhelm my opponent, but it always depends on the play styles that I'm playing. So and the character that I'm playing. So for example, Magneto, you know, I had backup. That was assist based. You know, his neutral was okay, it was good, but the assist will make it better. So and make it more scary and stuff like that, right? But so now that I play Necalli, for example, I know I would love to stay in there as much as possible, but due to the fact that his limbs is a little stubby. And, you know, now that you can recover different ways, I am forced to slow it down just a little bit.
Yeah.
So, like I said, depends on the play. Like, for example, Arturo, if I'm getting in, I'm staying in there. You know what I mean? Anybody with a DP, you know, I think twice, you know, stuff like that.
You have to.
I think twice. So, it depends. It really depends on the play styles that I'm playing. So, like, there's certain people that I'll take advantage. For example, NuckleDu, I'll stay in him. But that's if he plays Nash. But Yeah, it depends on the playing style, the fighting style of the player at that point, at that moment in time.
Is there ever a point where you actually go the exact opposite and you play totally defensive? I've never seen you do that before.
I've actually played pretty defensive as of late, to be honest. Yeah, I've actually slowed it down a lot. Definitely in pool play too, because in pool play a lot of risks happen, man.
Sure.
Got a lot of people taking a lot of risks. So I slow it down just to get out those pools as soon as possible. It's like you're swimming. You're like in the water and you're trying to get to shore right away. Yeah. But I take my time. I do a steady strokes.
That means like more seismos or something. More seismos.
What I look for mostly with Necalli is crouching roundhouse. I really kill it from certain ranges. So you know how the Necallis, they'll do like pound. They'll still do standing roundhouse. That's like the most weakest thing you can do, especially in high level play. So what I'll do is I'll do seismos and crouching rounds. If it whiffs, at least if I catch him reaching, I can like punish him with crouching strong or do another crouching roundhouse, and it always leads to a crush counter. Once I land a crush counters, my eyes light up and I'm like, okay, I'm in. You know, like the door's open. It's like that's like the SWAT team kicking in the door. Yeah. So like that's basically what I look for in my gameplay.
Yeah, like when you were playing Arturo yesterday, you landed it like a couple times, maybe just twice actually. But the first time you landed, you're like, oh shit! So you like dashed up like 8 times, and then he did a wake up teleport. And then the next time you did it, I knew you were looking for the teleport because that's like what he did the first time, right? But he didn't teleport. I was like, fuck, that sucks.
No, you know what it was? Okay, so I think this might be lack of knowledge, right? But when I see the teleport, I'm assuming it's the Tiger Knee one.
No, you can't do that. It's only the ground one. I mean,
it is only the ground.
Assuming that you were doing a meaty attack, yeah.
Okay, so now I know. See, there was lack of knowledge. So when I say, and most of the time, like I said, like you have different defensive options. I'm thinking it's a button. You know what I'm saying? Or like a V reversal
really
or something.
Dude. It's like -40 or some shit. So
yeah, no. So now I know for sure. You know what? It was like a benefit, even though that I didn't punish him, but he was pushing himself in the corner. So I kind of looked at it like that at that moment. So I was like, okay, you know, you can get away with it, but if I hit you again, at least you're there already in the corner, and I can harass you. You know.
Sometimes Arturo, he teleports like when he's in the corner, he goes out of the corner. He just takes that damage, which is like good in all, I suppose, but not against Necalli because you could react and do like 3 heavies or whatever on him. So I think he really ate it when he chose to do that.
Yeah, Defender North, he got me really good. It went round for round, but like, yo, he knocked me down. I kept pressing buttons. I was playing too fast. So I was like, yo, when I make sure I play this guy next time, I'm going to just slow it down. That's it. So it really definitely worked out in my favor this time. And he was pretty Pringles, too, so he made that easier for me. Defense is pretty suspect. Arturo, you got to just block a little more, man.
Not saying anything.
But no, yeah, so that's about it. So, but yeah, I have definitely been slowing it down a little bit. Like early on in Street Fighter V, I was really aggressive, but you know, I was like, when I finally read the data, I was like, oh man, I can't do this, can't do that. You know? So, because I was pretty clueless on what I was plus on and stuff like that, but I had an idea. You
ever see any other characters appealing to you other than Necalli? Because Necalli makes sense now that you say all that. So,
man, Bison, dude, those are the first 2 characters I picked. It was Necalli first and foremost. I seen the trailer, that Evo, and I was like, oh my god, he's getting picked. You know what I mean? I didn't even know if he was gonna be good or bad.
Cool, man? He looks kind of dumb.
So I like the long hair concept, dragging on the floor. That looks pretty cool. Him just lighting up. I don't even like bright colors, but for some reason,
he's just ogre though. He's true ogre. That's who
dude. It's just the fact that he has that physique and the battle scars just tells me that he's been through some struggles, and then just the hair lighting up, powering up like that. I was like, yo, dude, I got to play this character. No, the slam dunk sold me. That what sold me. When I seen him grab from one hand, wheel him around, and slam him, that's when I was like, all right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That right there is what sold it to me, for sure. The stomps, too. You have to, the appeal of the character has to really sell it to me, you know what I mean? And then when I seen Bison the first time, when I seen him walk like that, I was like, oh my God, that's so boss.
He's so slow. He can't go anywhere. It's so sick. I can't believe it.
And then when I seen
I'm sorry.
When I seen the first beta, he did his dash. I was like, that don't look too cool. But then when they revamped it and it was the teleport, I was like, all right, now we're talking. Now it looks good. But
oh man,
yeah, but so many things right now. Bison, even though I just feel like it's like this from Capcom in terms of Bison. It's like they know he's the boss of Shadowloo, so they just can't make him cheat.
Dude,
So they have to
I've been saying that shit. I've been saying that shit, man. Because
for like the longest, right?
When people think about Bison, what do they think of? They think of fucking Champion Edition Bison, right? They think of, like, dumbass scrubby Bison. So they're like, fuck, you can't do that shit ever again.
Yeah. But no, seriously, man. I think that's one of the reasons. But me and Jago kind of broke down the character one time. We just all met up one time, and I was like, and he asked me that question as well. He's like, yo, why you don't play Bison, man? I was just like, you want to see? And so I played a couple. 5, yeah.
Okay.
So the problem is, it's just too random in the scrambles to know when the anti-air, they're the air or something like that. So that kind of turned me off, especially with the latency and the movement. That even made it worse. So, and what's crazy? When I complain about the lag, it's not super bad. It's just those crucial moments you really need to be crisp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons I stopped playing Bison. And then another thing is I didn't know what matchup to pick Bison for because I had Necalli, and I'd just be like, man, I got Necalli. Why do I need Bison? So I looked at it that way. So yeah.
Yeah, but I can tell you like Bison because you use Bison in Street Fighter 4 also, right?
Yeah.
For a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty.
I actually had to match him with something because like the match was getting a little too harsh, man. I couldn't wait too long, so that's when I picked up Abel.
Yeah.
And then Abel gave me a little bit of results.
You beat Justin once. I saw that.
No, almost. Nah, I can't take credit for that. Man.
What were we talking about? Wait, didn't you beat him? I'm pretty sure.
No. I beat him in team tournaments, but not in no singles. I beat. It was last round. I remember it was like Winter Bros. It was like one of the Winter Bros for Super Street Fighter 4, and I almost beat him. It was like last round, like last hit. And he got me, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was just remembering it wrong.
No. I beat him for sure in like team tournaments back in the day, but no singles. Yeah.
White Abel, is that what you use?
No, the blue Abel, neutral color Abel. I've beaten everyone in EG except Ricky. Except Justin. He's the only like missing piece from the EG.
In singles. I'm assuming you mean, right?
And Street Fighter singles, yeah. But yeah, that basically I've beaten everybody on Eduardo. I was like his demon for like 1 year for a while. Mm-hmm. And then let me see, Marn. I'm beating Marn. I think Flo was like the only one at the time. Yeah, Justin's the only one missing. In terms of beating.
You'll get.
Yeah, we'll see, man.
Hold on. Well, Marvel doesn't count at all. I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, Marvel used to whoop his ass in that one too.
Come on now, shit.
Not all the time, but I'm very, very consistent though. Very consistent, but he definitely has a lot over me for sure.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else on my list? Keep this professional.
Yeah, man. Shoot.
Let me get some hydration also. Shit.
Hell yeah. I had to wash down all this hype. Because every tournament I come back, my voice is hoarse every time, raspy. So
about that CRT in the background right there.
Oh yeah, that's what I Marvel, man. Boys come over. I got the Dreamcast right there, actually. So, we don't play the game at all, but they'll just randomly be like, "Yo, man, get a couple of beers." And be like, "Yo, you want to play some Marvel too?" And I'm like, "All right, come on, whatever." So I just always leave it there just in case we ever go back.
Yeah.
And not only that, but you can download ISOs. Remember the ISO days for Dreamcast?
I don't know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, cool. But you can play in a game. Yeah, I got it. Cool.
Yeah, you can play in a game. But yeah, for sure. That's why that's there. And they got the VHS thing in there too, so in case we want to record the footage on some funny stuff.
The VHS thing.
Yeah. It's pretty. There's probably a cassette tape in there right now with some Marvel. Hope so. I don't know.
Oh man, because I never learned Marvel 3, so I bet you my muscle memory and everything, I can still play Marvel 2. I know I can.
Yeah. I think the only difference with Marvel 3 was the button layout, dude. When I play every game, I never tend to a new game, say for a Marvel series, I never go back to the controller. I want to learn how you have to learn it right then and there.
Wasn't there people that they changed the scheme to go back to Marvel 2, but then they went back? Who was that?
No. Actually, the people that committed to the Marvel 2 button layout stay with the Marvel 2 layout. Like guys like Chris Schmidt, Mix Up.
There we go, Chris Schmidt. There we go. That's what I was thinking.
Mix Up. CJ Showstopper plays like that also. But
to this day?
Yeah, they still play the same way. They'll play Marvel 2. Spears on the top, kicks on the bottom. But it's not really all kicks. It's the launcher would be one of the bottom ones. Like Magneto's S, it was on the Fierce. So it's pretty cool. No, actually, no. I think it's short or something. I don't know, but they play Marvel 2 layout with the 2 assists on the side.
Yeah, we're not here to talk about Marvel. Fuck it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it when the new one comes out if it drops.
Oh man, dude, if it comes out, I'll play it for sure.
Yeah, man.
And more options, the better.
And you guys got a solid scene out there too when it comes to Marvel. A lot of people don't know that. There's a pretty good scene over there. Pretty small, but you know, it's good, strong competition. Pretty good.
You know what I always wanted to see? I wanted to see the run back between Kusoru, is that his name? Kusoru?
Yeah.
Kusoru, yeah. Whatever his name is. Like, he just took the win and fuck it, I'm out of here. You guys salty forever.
Man,
right?
I was so stubborn that year, man. Yeah, we was pretty salty. Because what's crazy was I was thinking about, so Wesker beats his team.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I was so in there with Spencer, like I'm again with Spencer. But I didn't know Beautiful Joe beat Spencer that bad, to be honest. So I was just like, okay, so next time if I see him, I'll pick. But I never saw him ever again. So yeah, so we're gonna have to hold that L for sure forever. Oh. It's cool. It was a good win. So I'm not mad at that.
It's a good moment, you know. It's like something that most people will remember, and it's kind of keeps the rivalry going, especially in Marvel, because Marvel at that time is like, I mean, let's be honest, you know, no one's really touching America in Marvel, right? So then they bring out a great ass character, and then bam.
No, it's just the team composition was pretty weird, man. It was first time I seen Log Trap. That's the first time I seen that assist and play. It was in that tournament, so it was a lot of interesting things. And that was when the meta was pretty. It was changing by every tournament. Like every tournament, you saw something new in the meta. In the neutral, but let's not talk about Marvel. That's we'll save that. We'll save that for when the new game comes out.
All right. Well, we'll skip around, but I thought of this new segment, and you're gonna be one of the first recipients of it. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, come on. Go ahead. Sure for it, man.
Well, I gotta explain this to the viewers first. So this segment's called Counter Character. So basically, I'm gonna give you a topic, and even if you don't like necessarily like believe the certain side that I'm going to assign you, or maybe I'll just let you pick or whatever. I just need you to argue for it, and then, and we'll see who can come out on top. Yeah.
Oh, I get you. Up past to see who wins the matchup.
Okay, yeah. Let's say like the topic is, for example, like who's better, Kim or Yipes, and I give you Kim, and you have to argue why I'm better than you. This is like a fake ass example topic. But
I get you. Okay. All right, go ahead. Shoot, go ahead.
Alrighty, man. Let's see here. Shit, I have like 5 topics. Which one should I use? Okay, this is like Event Hub status kind of fucking topic. Okay, so. Okay, so use the following 3 options. Okay, Asian, European, and American. Okay, Asian, European, American. Okay.
Okay.
The blank Street Fighter V scene is light years ahead of the blank scene. Because So
all right.
So
yeah, so read it and I'll give you the answer. And I'll give you the answer as you go. So
let's say the Asian scene is light years ahead of the, for example, European scene because, or the European scene is light years ahead of the American scene. It would be a little hint.
No, I'm saying read the question into the because. Get to the blank part, and then I'll give you my answers as I go.
No, the because is up to you.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Okay, so Asia. Can I flip the because Asia's just gonna body us for free because they play in the most consistent basis and they train properly than everyone else.
And that's the only reason?
I think so. Because at this point, everyone has the resources, so there's no excuse. You know, everybody plays. I mean, of course, in Japan it's different because of the arcade culture, but everyone has the resources, so there's no excuses. Now it's up to who's going to train optimal. So I think Asia just takes a dump on all of us. But I will say, I think it's Asia, America, Europe.
Asia, America, Europe. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So then let's just expand that. Let's take out Asia. And then let's say, okay, so then if this is your true opinion, you are going to say, this is going to cause so much controversy, but whatever. The American Street Fighter V scene is light years ahead of the European scene. Would you say that is more correct than the European scene being ahead of the American one?
Damn, it's not light years though. I wouldn't say light years. That's stretching it. But you know what? That's my only option to say that. I'm gonna have to say it, yeah. So America, yeah. I feel like we're light years. Damn, that's pretty harsh. It's not light years. It's not light years. I will say this. I will say this. We have more top players than European players. European players have golden good players, but we have more top players. But I don't know how Europe travels in terms of meeting up and playing. And America is kind of the same thing. Like, we don't travel and meet up in one spot and train. Like, that's never gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, not saying that it's never gonna happen, but like, you know, we'll probably meet up at a tournament and stuff. But you know, we grown. We like doing stuff. We go like drinking. We go eating and stuff like that. So the game's just like the last thing to think about sometimes. So I don't know, but I'm assuming in Japan, right? Those guys play a lot, right?
Mm-hmm. It's mostly about the game. It's mostly about because I'm obviously from the States. Like, to us, it's like we meet of course we grind and we play, and then we spend about the same amount of time chilling. You know?
Yeah.
But in Japan, it's kind of more about the game. Of course, you make friends. You know, it's not like you don't make friends here, but it's like you play games for hella hours, and let's say you eat for like 15 minutes. See you tomorrow, bro. Something like that, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not as close knit as we are. Like, you know, for example, like you can meet like not a random person, but a person you've never met before in the States, right? And then you guys would be homies, like almost immediately. It's possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Japan, in my experience, in Japan, it's a bit more difficult. It's just because that's just how the social situation is. Okay, so we're totally going off course. So
no, you can go ahead, bro. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So I'm gonna go. I'm not saying this is my true opinion, but I'm gonna argue the later. Okay, I'm gonna say the European scene has an advantage. Not light years has an advantage over the American scene.
Okay.
And the reasons.
Because.
All right, here we go, Kim. The American evolution, not the American, but the international, the world champion in Street Fighter is in Ultra is what? It's a European fellow named Luffy.
Yes.
He came across the ocean. He beat, what was it, like 8 Japanese gods and some Americans for sure.
He definitely
Americans went down, right.
That tournament was definitely his that day. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, just that day, you say, right? But
no, not like that. But I say that day in the office, he really cashed out. So
headlines: Yipes hates Europe.
Hell no, I love my people over there, man. Hell no, never. That's just me being competitive, man. That's why I can't even consider. Like, I mean, we're pretty close to Asia, I would say, in terms of results, but it's like, man, they just come out here and it's like a great chance they're gonna take our money, dude. It's just like they're gonna put our souls and the money back in the suitcases to take it back to Japan, man. So it's a little.
I think it has something to say. If it has anything to reflect on the U.S. scene, it just kind of means. Well, I mean, you can't really avoid it. The scene is America's too big, so we can't be having sessions all the time, you know. But what you can do is in your community. Your local community, you can step up how you train. You can. So actually, Logan mentioned this like 2 podcasts ago. He was telling me that Ryan Hart was talking to some Japanese player, and then the Japanese player was explaining to them like their specific training process, and they were like, of course, like when you knock someone down, you can do this, this, and this, and get over here. Obviously, right? A, B, C. Then now you're over here. But what they do is that they knock you down, and they let you up. Because they know that, like, okay, like you can just spend all the time like by yourself in training mode to get that setup down, you know. But then what really counts is the neutral. And so when you master the neutral, that's where you have more opportunities to do the training mode stuff that you can just do at your home, you know, like go practice that on your own, right? Yeah. So and to be honest, that was the first time I've ever even thought about that. Because to me, like I worked so hard to get to that point, and now I need to see in casuals what happens when I go for this setup, because I use my casual experience in tournament, right? But then their approach is like, it's a bit out of this box. So I thought that was like something that we can all take.
And that's actually, you know, it's funny. Like, remember, like I said, like I train with my MvC2 buddies. We actually play like that. That's why I've actually slowed it down. Like I was that ABC guy. I want to go to point A to point C every time. But I see that I don't get that reward every time. So I'm gonna have to earn it with the neutral. So that's why I've actually slowed my game down a little bit. Yeah. So that's actually pretty good on Japan's side, man, I must say.
Yeah, but so. I'm assuming that that kind of approach makes it a little bit less I don't know. It could be a little less fun because you work hard to get the knockdown. You wanna run your shit. So I guess
Nah, but
if you have
I would
play,
that is actually optimal, especially in a tournament setting. I would say 8.8 to C would be good, like in long sets maybe. But in tournament setting, you're gonna have to make every situation count, right? So you only have about 2 out of 3 games, unless you make the top 8 nowadays. But you only have 2 out of 3 games to make it count. So it's definitely a good option for sure. A good method, I would say.
All right, so Luffy taking over the world, and Americans don't ever win any tournaments when they go to Europe. Just being honest, I'm American. I love America. I'm just saying, Like I remember Justin losing to Luffy at Red Fight District, I think. Chris T went to what was that tournament? Shit, sorry, it was in UK, that's all I know. He lost to Chun-li. He lost to CCL.
Yeah, old school player, by the way. People don't know. He's actually an old school dry Chun-li player.
Oh, is he?
But yeah, he's old school. Like he played like ST and stuff like that. From what I heard, I remember from what I heard. But I remember seeing that name is funny back in the SRK days. You can actually find that name somewhere around there. I could be wrong, but I do remember seeing it, like vaguely back in the day.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what I think. I think that the fact that maybe it has something to say with just the overall level across the world, but the fact that Americans, whenever they go to Europe, I can't think of a situation where they've won one tournament.
All right. So I've been in the game for a minute. Yes, for sure. So
please enlighten me.
Yeah, so this is around the times of Vanilla and Super. We had guys like Justin Wong go out there and take some money for sure. UCB. All right. So we're gonna have to count the era. How we're gonna measure this? So if it was at the beginning of the meta, America was taking a dookie on the UK. But there was a couple of people that was holding their own because just due to experience and just been in the game. That's why I was saying that we have more top players than them. So, but now around the state of around maybe starting from AE, I would say. Not to discredit them or nothing. They have beautiful talent out there. But started from AE, that's when you started seeing snap. There's some competition out there. You know what I mean? We always knew about the Alioons, the Ryan Harts. I'm still the daddy. He's an old school player, so he always had that fundamentals aspect. You know what I'm saying? But I never heard of the guys like Luffy and Will Tupac or or Phenom or stuff like that. So when those start stepping up, that's when the battlegrounds was getting more even and even because they started getting more top players.
Right.
So I measured it based on. All right, you're doing it up for results, which I will compare in a minute also. But at the beginning, early stages, Martin and Justin went out there and they was making some free money out there. I do remember that. Like it was yesterday. But I will say this: UK never came over our way and took a turn. Oh no, Ryan Hart.
Ryan beat Eduardo. Right?
Yes. Yeah. But he was the only one though. And then Justin Wong was the only one. So I guess it's even. We'll call it even. But Luffy. You want to count Luffy?
What do you mean we'll count Luffy? Of course.
But that's the world though. That's the world though. That's what I'm saying.
But where's the world's held at, huh?
Damn, man. Damn. All right, so you got it. I try to get super technical. That's what it is. I try to sneak it in. All right. So in terms of actually, wait. Dimension's been out there in one tournament.
It's all good. I won. It's all good.
I don't know. Dimension won tournaments out there as well.
Did he? Oh, this sounds vaguely familiar. Fuck! This sounds familiar.
Yes, Dimension has been out there and won some tournaments. For sure. They can vouch.
You know what? I just remembered something. This wasn't a major, but Peter's last tournament, he won with Oni against F-Word. I don't know if you remember this. This might be just a weekly or something, but it was a big weekly. That might have been the last tournament he was ever allowed to enter, but I remember that definitely happened. Oh,
so Peter was the anomaly. There you go. So we have more players that won in the UK.
Yeah, but these are weeklies. You know what I'm saying? Weeklies happen. I mean, sometimes there's weeklies in America. Someone. All
right, so if we're just gonna count majors, then the UK. We're gonna count majors.
Don't worry. The winners in the comments section below will determine who wins, and then we'll get.
It's not the UK, man. It's just all competitive. I actually owed them a visit a long time ago. I was actually gonna go over there with Dimension. I forgot what tournament that was, but this is when my EVO was getting hot. People started realizing my EVO was good and stuff, so they actually wanted me to come out there. So yeah, that was a long time ago. But big ups to the homies over at the UK. You know, I'm just playing with you, and then Kim trolling, of course.
No, man, no, this is hate. I'm just bringing it out.
I don't know, man. Hate doesn't come. I don't know. Like I've been very humble as of late in terms of the tournament scene. I usually be the trash talker, look in your eyes, like grill you up and down, and I'll just bounce. But that's just to get you hungry. But that's just to let you know that I just whooped your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
but
I miss those days. That's not no joke.
Marvel twice do some real harsh stuff, man. Yeah. Like for example, when I know they're dead and I do a super, I just unplug my stick and I leave and I let them watch that freeze that moment. You know what I'm saying? They're like, wow, you're done. You know you're done. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. I'll scream on some Rambo, holding his gun shooting. I'll scream like that. I used to do a lot of stupid stuff like that, man. I was really animated before. I think the only time I really did it was when I beat Champ that Capcom Cup when they had Marvel that one year. That was like the last time I did something like that.
That's when you did the fucking Akuma pose or
I did the Jericho.
Oh yeah, the Jericho. There we go. Yeah.
I did the Jericho. Yeah. But I think that was like the last time I did something like that. Colorful, anyway.
Ooh-wee.
But
what happened to wrestling, man? I can't watch that anymore.
There's no. That don't exist to me, man. I think the only time to be honest, I think the only thing that would bring me back to wrestling is like good cruiserweight fights, man. If they call it that anymore. Anything that's high flying, technical as hell, that's what I will watch nowadays. I wouldn't watch the scripted big fuckers and big ass just scooping each other and then there's a storyline behind it. Like I'm not with that, man. Like there's a couple of people that are pretty technical that are wrestlers. Like Kenny Omega is pretty technical. It's not many, man. Yeah, Kenny Omega is pretty technical. I like technical. Like I don't like you being big and then you're just mass. That's it. Yeah. Like a scoop. You know what I mean?
You're like a bodyguard.
Yeah. So technical wrestlers, I really do appreciate. So Brock Lesnar, he seems like he's that big ass guy, but he actually is a technical wrestler himself. So yeah, that's about it right now. Unless there are other wrestlers that I don't know about. So.
Well, I mean, apparently there are. I mean, there's stuff that I see that I can dig, but I don't really know. In order for me to, because I used to be part of that world, man. Like I used to really, really enjoy it. Like every week I'd be invested, but I just need like the whole PG rating. Like in my mind, I know it's is it PG or yeah, it's PG, right? Like I already know that's where they can go. I know this is where it can ever be, So I don't have like any. I know that it can't go past that. So therefore, my imagination just kind of stops, Like when I'm all about MMA now. MMA, it's real. It's real. Storylines are real. Storylines. What am I talking about? The shit's real.
Yeah, it's real. It's real. Yeah, man. That's what I was actually going for Mcgregor, dude. Because I was actually going for the color. Yeah. I like the color. I like the pop off. I mean, a lot of people did it with the pride. Yeah, the American pride. You know what I mean? There was a couple of people like that. Not everybody, but that's usually how it sways in America anyway. When somebody comes over here, when a foreigner comes over here and tries to do damage on our land, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, usually like that. But I actually went for Mcgregor, actually, man.
Well, I mean, like the fairy tale continues, man. There's no winner and loser here, man. We get a third fight, and we get Conor McGregor is still invincible, sort of. Like if he would have lost this one, man, it would have been tough. Because his next fight, people would have been like, "Yeah, whatever, homie." Like
yeah. But hey,
at all,
But the money in the bank now, man. Shoot. Anybody that wins, their check goes up.
That's a beautiful thing. I love it.
Yeah, but definitely.
All right,
all right. So Europe, USA. Okay. Europe owns it. USA.
No. I told you the winners are going to be decided by the people.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
You know what's really this is a whole sidetrack here, but when you look at YouTube comments and like for example you're like, hey, if you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comments below, and then they just like start saying stuff that aren't even questions. They're like, I like pink, or like Logan's shirt is nice or something, and you can't really like make any comments towards that. Like they're probably just gonna see. I hope to see your random comments actually, if you care to do that.
I'll definitely check it out. What? Oh, like right now?
No. I'm just saying.
Oh, just general. General. Rant. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
All right, here. Let's keep it in the game. DLC characters are fine the way they are, they will become top tier through time and knowledge.
Mm.
Or, I'm giving you the choice here, my friend. DLC characters are weak because top tiers are not getting nerfed. Which of these statements do you believe in?
The first one, for sure. I mean, obviously, there's a couple of tweaks that needs to be done. You know, oh, man. And then, you know what? I can't judge the developers too much because it's like maybe there's a reason why they didn't give Guile a 3-frame jab. Maybe it's a reason why Balrog doesn't have a reversal. You know what I mean? And then, you know, you start seeing these things as time progresses. You know, Balrog does ridiculous damage. You know, Guile has good zone and combo potential now. So I would see if like a 3-frame jab into a confirm can lead into death as a possibility. You know, so I can't judge the developers' way of thinking. So I'm gonna say yes. Through time, they'll get better. They'll get better.
Okay, so then DLC characters are weak because top tiers are not getting nerfed. You're not really leaning on that side then? Don't you think? Okay, so since you picked that side, I'm gonna go with the other. I'm gonna say that DLC characters are. I mean, sure, they can be like mid tier or something, but they'll never be top tier because the developers are not going to go back on their statement. Because if you remember back in the beginning of the game, they were saying that like we're gonna bounce the game after the Pro Tour, right? So then I mean like glitches and stuff that doesn't really count. But you know, Chun-li doesn't lose any of her meter when she's in V-Trigger, and they're not going to change that. That's pretty wild because every other character when they do specials, their meter goes down, if I recall. You know, like stuff like that. So the diesel
that happens with Chun-Li, really? I didn't know that.
No, you whiff specials, you whiff normals. Her meter. That's why her meter's always there, man. Her meter lasts the longest. You haven't noticed that?
No, I didn't. I just run away till it's gone. I'll do it much plus frames as possible. Run, but yeah. Oh snap! Wow, I didn't know that one. Okay.
Well, I'm sure, like since you play Bison also, like when you do a special, like the meter goes down.
Yeah, it's gone. It chunks down. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Wow, I never noticed.
Yeah, and it's 3 bars, and hers is 2 bars. So like, I mean, they yeah, I thought about this shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, he chuckled about it. He said, all right, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, like you don't have to like nerf in terms of like not making the character fun. You can nerf by like, hey, why don't we just make her meter go down a little bit less or something? You know, like because these other characters go by these rules, like stuff like that. You know, I think that if you play Ryu, you play like Ken or Chun-Li or something, and then you're not gonna say like, fuck it, I'm gonna pick Jury forever now, because there's like no reason to really do that. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I mean. Well, this is a little off topic, but I heard Chun-Li was strong. Like many myths. I heard Chun-Li strong because the creator of Street Fighter, you know what I'm saying, is like a huge fan of Chun-Li. I don't know how true that is. It's what I keep hearing from multiple sources. So that's why the character's OP. So yeah, that's all I heard. But I mean, in terms of the DLC, in terms of the DLC being weak, I mean, there is certain elements when they're weak, like, you know, a lot of certain tweaks. I think Jury needs more active frames on her moves.
Sure, yeah.
Just like one, like give her one more active frame on her moves, nothing too crazy. I think if they would hand me the game in a silver platter, I think I could fix that game up.
I think you and I are pretty similar in like when Alex came out or when Jury came out or when any character came out. I spend like 5 hours on each of these characters, like when they come out, because I'm like, okay, let me see how OCD they were when they were balancing the character. Like,
yeah.
With Jury, like, because I mean, 5 hours is no joke, man. Like, I can see exactly where they didn't want her to be like abusable. Like to me, like she's like a huge illusion. I think she's fun. I think she does good damage and all of that, you know. But as you know, like just giving a character a lot of damage doesn't really make them like
beast. Balanced. Okay, that makes sense. I actually do the same thing. Yeah, we are pretty similar. I do spend a lot of time with all the new characters. Like, I think the only character I didn't sit in the lab a lot is Guile, because I actually think he's a corny character. Right. He's all right. I wouldn't say he's a corny character, but Nah, I can't hate. Guile's got like who is a corny character in this game?
Oh man, it's probably because you can't pick yourself using Guile or playing that way. That's why you. Like,
yeah, there you go. All right, that's a better way to put it down. That's way to put it. But yeah, that's like the only character I didn't touch from the DLCs. I was like, man, let me see what he got. I just learned. Once I found out he could loop the combos, that's when I was just in the lab. Like, all right, let me see if I could do it. But I ain't go into it like that.
It's all about those the combos that you end short, and then you do meaty V trigger sonic booms. Those are those are cheap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, I could see why the characters that launched are strong. I mean, those are the characters that are going to represent the game. So, but it's kind of weird that certain people don't have those options like they did before. But like I said, it was probably reasons why they didn't give people certain stuff. Maybe Jury would be super broken if they gave her more active frames. Who knows? But.
I mean, but like, I'm not gonna front. Like, I got beat down by Jury the first time I played against a real Jury. It's not pretty. Ibuki too.
Yeah, I would say any character that has fast pace, like for example, Jury could play a fast paced game. So any character that I know that has fast, I just have to keep up with the speed. You can't sit there like stationary or anything, or else you're just gonna get bullied, right? Did you play the Jury with Bison?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, most of the time you're pretty stationary, right? Not all the time, but. You got to be stationary. You got to be that wall.
No, I have to take those. I have to take those losses, man, because you have to get all this knowledge on what they can do. So of course,
for sure,
you're gonna get hit by all their gimmicks.
Yeah, like when I first fought a Jury with Shines, right? I literally, since I knew what the character was capable of, I just did everything in my power to just make it hard for him to get all these combos off or whatever. I know she don't got good range. Right. I know she has to make me block certain things, like in the corner, fireballs, meaty fireballs, stuff like that, to get anything going.
All their special negative. Punishable,
I was literally just running away until I scored a knockdown. Then I just run up in there, yay, start laying some offense. But other than that, yeah, I think the game is fine. I think but that's me. With age, they'll get better.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going in the right direction though with the new characters. The new characters are, as the newer. I don't know how to. Am I saying that wrong? The newer characters, the newer DLC characters.
Fresher characters. Yeah. The fresher characters.
Yeah. Whatever. Like those characters, I like the direction. I have faith that Urien's going to be what everyone hopes he's going to be. You've already seen those videos out there of the bootleg.
I've actually, the only thing I've seen was combos. It's Aegis Reflector, but I don't want to see too much. I don't want to be spoiled. It's like a good movie. I want to see this good movie, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say anything really on Urien until I play him, give him a good hands-on. And you know what? Since he's so cool looking, I'll give him a good week of my time.
Sure.
And play him in sessions to see how he feels, So, yeah. Yeah,
like just any character that can put you in a reset situation where they hit you out of the air and you pop up into it, like Ibuki can do that, or Mika also, that has my attention immediately because that's like the money shit in this game, right? They can't choose a different wake up or anything, so I think Urien has a bunch of those, I think.
Okay, Boogie, man, she kind of has potential. I think she would be broken if they give her like a 2-bar V trigger. Oh my god, I think that's one of the reasons why they gave her a 3-bar one. So it makes sense. Like they're making some right decisions. They're making some good decisions in terms of character properties and stuff like that. What they deserve, what they don't deserve. So they're doing a good job. And I know Combo Fiend got its hands in it a little bit. So it's pretty cool.
Like there's I'm gonna be a hypocrite real quick. I was saying how a bunch of top tiers, if they use Chun-Li or whatever, they don't go to the DLC characters, right? But there's actually one of the best Chun-Lis actually switched from Chun-Li to Ibuki, and I can kind of see why he did it now. At least in Japan, I can only think of him, but his Ibuki is it's nasty. It's
talking about Sako?
Nah, I'm talking about Major Boy. Major Boy's his name.
Oh, okay.
If you just look at the rankings, you can see him up there. He's an online player, so I don't know how else you know about him, but yeah, he's the only one that has made the switch. But they're just, for sure through time, there's going to be deadly Juries and deadly Ibukis, and then maybe this conversation will make no sense. It won't make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what's good, man. Those are the debates, because debates lead to either it's going to stay there and nothing's going to happen, or there's going to be change. That's how it works. But yeah, hopefully, I hope the game doesn't get too stale fast, because I would say as a spectator sport, it could get boring, you know. But for people that appreciate that competitive aspect, it's fun to watch, you know. So there's certain matches I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch Justin Wong versus Ricky. I mean Justin Wong versus Arturo. Don't want to watch that.
In any game? We're talking about 5, right?
Oh yeah, any game. Dude, CBS 2, they used to put me to sleep in Chinatown Fair, man. I used to just wait there like, oh my God, Justin, hurry up. We got to play Marvel. And I'm just there, and I'm like, yo, man, this is crazy, bro.
It's the same. Ricky and John Choi back in the day.
Oh, man.
Because even they got bored of it. So I was like, you guys aren't into it. I'm out of here, you know?
Yeah. You feel me? Like, dog. They're like seeing each other to death. So you gotta respect something before you go in. I remember, man. I remember some of the things there. I think Justin was like the only one who didn't RC. I think. I could be wrong.
Like it was like the very last year he would do it with Vega, because Vega was like it's weird because it's not like he's not technical at all, you know. But just for whatever reason he didn't use it. Maybe he didn't.
Man, Justin is dry as hell, man. Me and the boys, we always told Justin like, yo, Jay, you're mad lazy. Can you just do this combo? You'll kill him faster. Like but like, nah, man. He always wants to play his game slow and steady. He is the tortoise. That's what Justin does, man.
I like it.
So yeah,
I gotta break this video down and just have like little footnotes, like what does Yipes call Justin? Whatever, little things like that.
The tortoise.
To real people.
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool. And we are back for some reason. And okay, how about this? I think this is probably just a running joke between you and Fchamp, but it's definitely it's a bit of a meme too. What do you think about? What are your feelings on Yipes is a retired Marvel player, or Yipes is just a commentator? That whole meme. You have any official statement to put out on that?
Well, I mean, my statement was made in that Capcom Cup when I put a foot in his ass. So woo! That was the official statement. That was the official statement. But if we're gonna go off record, right, or on record, I should say, he used it as a means to get me back in the mix. You know, there was a point in time when I just stopped practicing in general, just handling things in just real life. So I wasn't dedicating my time because, listen, at the beginning of Marvel 3's birth, I was committed, dude, like for a very long time. So, you know, my results was like really whack at the beginning, but you can just see gradually I was getting better and better and better. Then I started winning tournaments, and it was just getting better. Like I was always getting top 8s. I think the only tournament I didn't make top 8 is EVO for this one. That's it. I think the farthest I got was like 13th or something. But my results was always getting better and better. And then, you know, by the time 2013 came around, that's when I slowed down. So it was around the time like my sponsorship with Broken Chair ended. Well, I ended it. And then the nonsense with the VXG elites. I remember you guys remember that. We went to the beach. We had fun, but business-wise, it was dookie. So, you know, I just wasn't in the mix no more like I was before. And then Capcom Cup rolled up, and then Peter did this whole voting process. And, you know, to be honest, I didn't expect to be voted in because that time, like, I took it light in terms of Marvel. Like, I was still getting top 8, sure, but I wasn't getting the top 3s no more, stuff like that. So, you know, of course, you had Ryan, you know, talking smack. I'm like, you know, yeah, he's not as consistent no more. This is in the third. And then I'm just like, damn, but I'm still making top 8s. And again, listen, I'm an OG. I don't care about top 8s. You know what I mean? Like everyone else does. If I don't win or at least get top 3, I didn't win.
It's like,
it doesn't matter.
Lost 2 and out anyway, yeah.
Yeah, so like I might as well say I lost in pools. You know what I mean? Like it's cool. Yeah, it's a good pick me up. Like yeah, I made it this far, cool. But that's just me as a OG. You know what I mean? That's just me. But you know, he just kept going, man. Like damn, like you don't want to shut up. Like you're just gonna keep going. Like you know, I'll feed into it a little bit, sure. You know, but if you're gonna keep talking smack, then you know, next time I see you, I'm gonna have to whoop your ass in the game. I'm talking about in the game.
No, because most people are thinking that like this is just like something that you guys like orchestrated. You know?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I can tell.
Yeah, so, you know, so then I seen the Twitters, and I'm always tagged on it. It got to a point where I actually had to block him because he was actually getting annoying with it.
Sick.
Like, he was just annoying. He's like that little brother that just won't shut up. Like, yo, man, let me get some cereal, let me get some candy or something like that. You know what I mean? He was just that guy. And I'm like, yo, like, Ryan, like, you for real? And I'm like, all right. So, you know what? I was like, all right, so I'm actually going to practice for this. I got voted in, and then I was like, all right, you know what? And then, you know, big Combo Fiend being the guy that he is, he gives me Ryan first round. So I was just like, okay. So I'm actually going to practice a little bit. So then, you know, this is how cocky I know Ryan was. Apparently, he didn't practice for me. So when I seen him and then I 3-0'd him, that's when he actually woke up. And then when I beat him again, it just made it that much sweet, you know? So then, well,
shut up after that happened, or what?
Never spoke about it again. So, but this is what made it even better, right? This was the icing on the cake. So now, since I'm in person, no Twitter, I'm in person. You know, I used to see Ryan, like, you know, we seen Ryan in the room. This is when Nemo and Fnatic was going on. And, you know, Champ was in the back. Now, you know, he was salty overall about his performance, you know, me whooping his butt. And then that same year, Nemo beat him in that Monopoly match. And, you know, he's seen that he was beating Fnatic, and this is in the third. And then he was in the back, like, man, I want to play him right now. This is in the third. And, you know, I'm just talking smack and Brandon. Well, I mean, you need to worry about me now, because I'm back, and I'm whooping your ass. And he was like, oh, yeah? You know how he tells like, yeah? But he couldn't say anything because I whooped his ass. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm just there like, oh, man, can't talk no more, huh? Okay, I see. Then I was like, see you later. I left with Ab again. We was like drinking like 1800 and stuff like that. And stuff. I was like, yo, hey, see you later. Hold that L, man. I'll see you next time, brother.
Just casually bring it up.
Yeah, Nemo was actually a bonus. I didn't think I was going to beat him, to be honest. Because I was so focused on whipping Champ's ass.
I didn't even know that Chris G won the tournament. Like, in my mind, I thought you actually won the tournament.
Yeah. You know what's funny? A lot of people thought that, dude. Like, the second place actually meant more. Me getting second place actually meant more than Chris getting first, which is kind of crazy. But I definitely got more love for me getting the second than Chris G getting first. So,
oh, man. You know what? This is just like a little personal comment or whatever. I mean, like, you already won EVO, right? And then you like kind of won Capcom Cup. I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
the people's title then or something, you know. Like for you, like what other goals do you have? Like, are you still? I mean. You can't really, even if it was true and you didn't really want to win anymore or whatever, like, you can't really admit that. I kind of get it. But let's say, like, you know, are you still trying to be at the top of your game? You know, in all honesty, you know?
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm 100%. So I'm always hungry to win no matter what, right? So I always give it my all, you know, and then obviously when I fall short, I always look at my mistakes and see what I've done wrong. But to me, for me to be at my absolute best, I have to practice how I did before. So, for example, Marvel 2, right? This is just to give you a background story. So when I found out that I could travel and play like that in that competitive aspect, right? I was like, man, this is crazy, especially when I got my first year EVO 05, I got second. I was like, wow, you know? And I played with fun. I didn't have that pressure on my back like, yeah, man, I got to beat this is the dirt. I just rode the wave, and I just ended there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and around this time, I was pretty employed. I was employed back in 07. I actually deaded my job in 09 to actually pursue it a little harder. So, yeah. So, you know, and I was making some good money, man. Like, around the time, that's when I was winning a lot of Marvel tournaments. I was, you know, being consistent. And I was doing, like, little gigs on the side to get some money, whatever, like in my neighborhood and stuff like that. So, but all that money, I just scrounged up and I just went to tournaments, you know. But, the fact of having that feeling that I actually backed myself to do this was a very, like a good milestone that I met, that I was like, man, I actually supported myself to do this. You know what I'm saying? So that was always a good thing. And then the fact that I kept getting hungrier and hungrier every tournament that I got to, you know, made it even more worthwhile, especially the hardest L's. Like, I remember when I lost to Chris Schmidt in 08, I was like, damn, that was heartbreaking. You know what I mean? Like, because I won season beatings 07, then I lost them in 08, and especially, you know, the East Coast, West Coast pride was crazy in Marvel 2. So, you know, when I lost, I was like, man, yeah. So I was like, man, I let my East Coast homies down. And, you know, this is back in the day. We was doing, like, bets and stuff like that. I lost all my dudes hella money. So I was like, shoot. You know, look, I just said hella thinking about the West Coast, East Coast beef. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, so the pride was definitely there for me. I had a lot of pride in Marvel 2. I don't have that pride no more like I did before. Like, yeah, I'll play hungry, but my pride ain't there with it no more like it was before. So that's why it's a little different. You know, I kind of had it in Marvel 3, and it was more so because it was like, oh, man, you know, Yipes was good at Marvel 2, but he sucks at Marvel 3. You know, that's crazy. This is a thirst. And I was like, damn, you guys think I suck? Like, so that's when I stepped up my game, and I got a little prideful with it. But it's not like that no more, man. It's more so I just want to still beat people, but not in a prideful way, but it's just more so just to show myself that I still got it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So, but if I can ever get to that mind state where I can train like I did before, like hardcore grinding, because dude, Marvel 2, I literally played that game for like 7 days straight, man. Like we would find openings to like handle our business during the day. We'd always meet up and we played that game every freaking day, man. My fingers was always tender. I played that game a lot, man.
I still have calluses on my fingertips.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, from like back in the day.
Yeah. I still got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my right fingers, all 3 of my main fingers in the front.
Your air dash fingers, right? Your air dash fingers.
Yeah, free. They definitely have it. Yeah, so, if I would ever return to that state of mind in terms of that pride, in terms of that love, like I always have love for the game, but that pride for real is what kept me going. And, and it could be a good thing and a bad thing for sure, because if you take an L, it's really going to hurt. But that energy, that extra energy, that extra boost of confidence of just knowing that I played this hard to get where I'm at really, really kept it alive for me. So now it's just more so, I just want to show people I still got it kind of thing. Dude,
man, like the way that I see it is, if you want to bring me back to because I knew like in CvS2, I mean, it's kind of safe to say that I was at least top 10 in the States, top 5 maybe in CvS2.
You was definitely doing your thing. I remember.
And I knew it was because I was doing shit that other people weren't doing. I knew it. My routine was wild. Even for a rinky-dink weekly with like $20 on the line or whatever, I would train like 3 hours before. I would go through all roll cancels, make sure that I was all good. Even though I was playing on a shitty fucking baseball bat cabinet that had nothing to do with the green goblin stick, Like I would, and then I would be confident because I put that work in, But now, dude, if you want to bring me back there, like I'd have to get paid. Like I'd have to get paid. It'd be better than the salary that I get on my full-time job and all of that. Like, but that's, as we discussed earlier today, it's hard to acquire that kind of sponsorship, right?
Right. Yeah. Man, you know what? That would be another one. If you guys would pay me to do this full time, I think I'll return that. Yeah. I think I'll return to that form, I would say, that routine. Because I definitely did have a routine back in the day as well. Like people used to be like, "Yo, Yipes, how you not miss a dashes?" I'd be like, "Dude, I just stay in the lab and I'll air dash all day." Mm-hmm. That's it until I'm tired. Even when I'm tired, I just go through the pain and I just keep doing it.
You remember the SooMighty air dash finger with this finger's always up for some reason? Do you ever pay attention to that?
No, but they told me, and it's and it was kind of like a modified slide. I remember. It was like a mix of a claw kind of with the slide. But it was pretty efficient for him because he was pretty fast.
I think it's I don't think he used the finger. I think the finger was just up to like angle the other fingers or something like that. But
that's probably why he complained about playing on arcade more than playing on console. Wow, now that you mention it, he hated console. So
I always thought it was
standing up.
Like whenever it was a soul.
We thought about it too. We thought about it too. But you know what though, seeing him in person, he did look pretty uncomfortable playing on it. He had like bent his knee back and stuff like that. Like he was doing like random stuff. But no, I've actually heard a funny story though, and I'm not gonna say this person's name because you know him very well. Okay. So I'll probably tell you later. But this said person said. So I told him, I was like, man, I heard SooMighty doesn't practice Marvel. And then he was like, dude, he's lying to you. He has a Dreamcast and a Mostic. And I was just like, really? He always says that he don't play the game. He was like, no, he plays. I was like, interesting. It was pretty funny back in the day.
Yeah, there was always that pride. I mean, man, real rivalries are what we're missing, really. Because like being committed to one side is all about you really feeling that you want to back up. It's like sports, you want to back up your team, But now, I don't know. Like I kind of thought about it earlier today, or for you yesterday, when NuckleDu was he was basically winning, right? Like 4 West Coast guys in the top 5, and it's just him. But like the commentators, whoever the commentator was, he was like trying to bring the hype. He was trying to get like, NuckleDu is the only guy left on the East Coast, and is he gonna take it? He was trying really hard to sell it, but then no one was buying it. And I was like, oh man, I see what he's trying to do, and I wish more people would buy it, because just like how Joe was doing, like everyone was rooting for him, like legitimately, because they want America to still be in the game, But then no one bought the story when NuckleDu was, even though he won, which is really, really weird. But do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, I get you. Just you didn't sell it.
Yeah, I mean,
no, I definitely get you.
It depends. So that job is up to the people. The I don't know, the commentators. Well, commentators too, but the people to sell it really well so that the viewers buy into it. You know.
Right.
Yeah. I want those days back, man. Rivals.
I mean, we'll see. Like, and then and that comes with age too, man. I was, like I said, I was younger, so I had more time to do stuff like that. I mean, I got some time in my hand too, but now at this day and age. But back in the day, dude, man, it was so serious. My mom barely saw me, dude. She barely saw me. She always knew that I was fun.
Marvel again.
Yeah, when I used to play in the house, she used to get annoyed at the banging at first, but then she got used to it. She was like, I don't bother me anymore. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, like back then I had way more time to do it. So yeah, we'll all leave our jobs, meet up at either Lawrence's house, Remix, rest in peace and homie Remix, my house. It was serious, dude. That grind was pretty serious.
It was good times though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like back in those days, like. Yeah, we were so old talking about this shit, man. Like,
no, that's I can talk about it, man. That's whatever.
Back in those days, like you didn't just play one game; you played every game a little bit on the side, just so that you can click with everyone else in the scene, Oh yeah,
to be honest,
I played a little bit Third Strike, yeah.
All right, so let me give you a funny story. So Marvel 2, the lines were so big in Chinatown Fair. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to sit here and wait, man. Like, I just want to play. And it wasn't that it wasn't boring. It was boring to watch, but it's like you'll have Desmond on a streak, and I'm like, man, I just want to end the streak already. You know what I'm saying? So I could play, and it'll be like my showtime. You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be like showtime all the time. So, on the side, for people that don't know, my other favorite game, actually, and then what's funny is I only played it as an excuse to wait, because I'll put my quarter up, and then I'll just use it as an excuse to just wait until I play, and then I'll just get off, and I'll just give the game away. Yeah. But it was Rumblefish 2, and I actually played the game, and I liked it. I played Garnet and stuff, so at the time I didn't really like female characters, but it's something you have to look really sexy for me to pick you up and stuff like that in the game, So she was like, man, voluptuous and shit. Like chest was like bow. She had nice legs, and she was a nurse. But then when I picked her and I started playing, I was like, oh, she rushes that shit down. She is godlike, you know what I mean? And then I would just play there, and then it got to the point where it would be next, and I'd be like, no, I'll go after you. Then I play, and then I got used to the game, and it was pretty good, man. I like that game. And then Justin was the best in that game too, that fucker. So they'll be like locals. I'll be like getting second to him. He used to play Mito. It was like the girl with like the eye patch. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, that was the only time I really used an excuse to play another game. So I was playing to play Marvel 2. But that was like one of the games where I actually like it. Like
since there was no fucking YouTube or social media or anything, like when you really heard, oh, there's some dude on the East Coast, he's like really good with War Machine or something like that. You're like, really? Tell me more. The whole mystery, that was like really legitimate, because most of the time it was real. Like this guy was really, really good. And even Justin of all people, he used to be that guy too. We're like, oh, we heard of this guy using Cammy, Magneto Cammy, whatever. That team sucks, or it's just so amazing. Like in my mind, the world was my oyster, like anything could happen in the FGC back in those days. Yeah. No, that's actually what happened with me, man. They heard about me, and then the only time they really found out about it is when they came in person or when I went to their tournaments and stuff like that. But no, you know what? It got progressively better for us in terms of Marvel 2, because we had Preppy. Shout out to Preppy. I don't know if you remember him, ZachD.com. Oh, yeah. That site is still running. White background. Download the videos, save as. Yeah. So that was the only time that we would see matches and study. That would be the only time. And even then, we barely studied, because it was more so, whatever. We just got to play our East Coast style. And I was like the only guy. I was the anomaly. I was the only guy really in the East Coast rushing down. So, because everybody was playing lane. Jesus Christ. I came on the scene when Eddie Lee was still playing Marvel 2. Ooh, so that's one of my fucking follow-up questions. Yeah. What's up? Go ahead. Shoot. Well, I mean, shit. Truth be told, it's a 1:51 a.m. over here, but there's one last segment that we can complete before we say adios, my friend. And it's called, I wish I had like special effects right now, but I'll just do it on the spot, okay? It's called Turbo Time, Turbo Time, Turbo Time, Turbo Time, Turbo Time. Okay. So Turbo Time, basically you just fill in the blank, fill in the blank, and then you talk about it more or whatever, or maybe you give a one-word answer. It's really up to you. But the point is one-word answers or just like a quick answer. Got it?
Okay. Okay.
All right, here we go. The score is tied 2-2 in the grand finals with Infiltration. Fill in the blank. Infiltration. Boy, you better not pick insert character. 2-2 in the grand finals. Evolution against Infiltration. Infiltration. Boy, you better not pick blank. Street Fighter 5, by the way.
Damn. And I'm telling this to Infiltration, he's telling me this.
No, you're thinking this in your head.
Oh, boy, you better not pick. Don't pick Chun. Don't pick Chun.
Chun, okay.
Don't pick Chun. Stay with Nash. Just run it back.
Oh, Nash Necalli is good, though. Nash Necalli is good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So I'll be like, yeah, don't pick Nash. No, don't pick Chun. Don't pick Mika. How about that? Don't pick Mika neither. Damn, 2-2. Oh, yeah, don't pick Chun-Li. I'd rather fight Mika. Yeah, I'd rather fight Mika.
That's going to happen, and then you're going to remember this moment. It's going to be the actual grand finals next year.
Damn. You know what? When you said it, I actually pictured it. I was like, ah. Damn. But no, yeah, don't pick Chun.
Got it. All right, here we go. Blank is my favorite old school player. Only one.
Camofin.
Oh. You know what?
For people that don't know, funny story. Sorry to cut you off. Funny story. The reason why I found out about tournaments was Camofin, and that's because long story short, I used to play first-person shooters, and then my computer died. Whatever. Right? We had a laptop, and when I was looking, I was always looking for combo videos and stuff. I was like on SRK all day, just looking for stuff. Right? Mm-hmm. So this is before I even got a MOS stick. So I was like a pad player. So there was this one part of the videos where it was a Midwest Championships 2000.
Okay.
Like that. So
Juicy
but
G?
I seen.
I'm just.
Yeah. So I seen the videos like 2 years later. Like it's been there, but it was just like, yeah. So I looked at it and I just seen Combo Fiend playing Mag, Iron Man, Sentinel, and I was like, yo, that team looks so fucking killer. I didn't pick that team. I picked Mag, Sentinel, Cyclops. That's what I started playing with. Mm-hmm. So. But the way he was playing, he was like all aggressive. He was all up in his face, and he just looked so confident with what he was doing. You know what I mean?
Like 50% chance that he's going to actually land the Iron Man combo by himself.
Yeah.
An assist.
Yeah. So that, but the way he was playing, yeah, and that's actually how I found out about like IFCYipeS and the other players like John Choi and stuff like that. So I was like, oh man. So that's when I actually dug up in my history. So I literally dug up about everything like by early 2003, that's when I found out about everybody's history. So then I dug up some stuff. I found out about VIA being the Alpha 3 champion or whatever the case is. Found out about the Japanese competition. And this is funny. Let me tell you something about the hood in terms of video games, right? So back in the day, we have all the ethnicities. We had blacks, we had Hispanics, you name it, right? But the blacks and the Hispanics, right, they will always say in Spanish, obviously I'm going to translate it in English, they go, Los chinos está pasado en el juego. Like they'll say stuff like around that. So that basically say like, yo, the Chinese, the Asians are just really OD in these games. And I'm just like, what the hell makes them so good in these games? You know what I mean? They're just human. I was that guy back in the day, right? But they will always stress, yo, if let's say if a random Asian guy comes in the arcade, yo, that guy's good. Only because he's Asian. So I didn't even see him play yet, but just because he's Asian, he's good, right?
I think that existed like in all places, really.
Yeah, no, that was just, yeah, I don't know. That's just like explaining it in like my hood and stuff like that. So, but in my local arcades, bodegas and stuff like that. But then when I started like being a part of the scene, I'm like, damn, these guys are really whooping our ass a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, even though they didn't know about like the SRKs or anything like that, but it was just something about the Asians that let them know that it was good. And then lo and behold, I started going to EVOs, started watching the tournaments, and they was winning all the tournaments. I won't even say most. They was winning all the tournaments.
I come back to your neighborhood and be like, see, guys, is that true? I have an EVO title, too.
Yeah, but I mean, and Japan really tried to get good in that game, but they just wasn't messing with us, unfortunately. That was like the only game at the time.
Yeah, Marvel 2, when I think of Japanese Marvel 2 players, I think of GQ, Liquid Metal. Who's the other guy? White? Is that, you remember that guy? White? He used to Son of Commando, like everyone.
Yeah. Who was still involved in that late meta was guys like Dao, Mitsu, Takayuki.
Right, yeah.
those guys. They was
Takayuki graduated to Third Strike. He became like a really good player. He like he got top 8, not top 8, I don't know, top something at SBO in Third Strike.
Sick.
That was his game afterwards.
Yeah, and then one moment I met one of them was Jew. Jew showed me like an exclusive combo video that we was geeking the hell out. That was in 2009.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, he was geeking. I was like, oh my god, like we was just wilding out, like we was like little fangirls, like that's so sick, stuff like that. But no, but yeah, Combo Fiend. Combo.
Damn, all that just for Combo Fiend.
Yeah, that's links to Marvel, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Combo Fiend for sure.
Before we go on to the next topic, this is real quick. You know the whole hold a button down, or change your assist and hold down a button to get the first attack?
Yeah.
Shady and Genghis didn't know that existed until I showed it to them. And I learned it from a Japanese player. And
really?
This was like before they created their first like whatever no skill combo video, like whatever it was called, right? So I kind of feel that glitch was found out by Japanese, and then I showed Shady and Genghis when I came back from Japan, and then they showed everyone else because they had no idea it existed. They were always manually timing it. This is like literally the first year in the game.
Yeah, you know what? And this is around the time I was learning my lingos and stuff like negative edge and stuff like that. But I found out about it when I seen, because I was always interested to see like their play styles with their hands, how they play. So I looked, and they was always holding a button. I was like, the hell are they doing? And you know, it's crazy. I never asked. So I just seen the situation. I was like, let me go try that. I went to the small cabinet, put the cord in, and then I held it at the beginning. I was like, the button just comes out. So then, then I started messing with other combinations, like holding the dashes. You could dash at the beginning. You know what's crazy? There's an option select I wish we knew about back in the days, which was really freaking good, man.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
But so at the beginning of the match, you know how people had to guess, right? Magneto was in your face, and stuff like that. So you was like, oh my god, what is he gonna do? High, low, whatever. There's something that could completely nullify that. Like you can literally avoid it 100% of the time. And I kind of wish I knew, because if I did know, I think I would have never lost to Schmidt. But we literally found this out in end of 2014. And this was supplied by a guy. Damn, I forgot his name. He was a Cyclops player, and like Matrix. Him and Matrix used to always play, but I forgot his name. But he told us, and then we was like, "Oh my god, if we only knew about this." But there's ways to catch people off guard. But let me tell you what it is. So, if you hold down back at the beginning, like say if you go to their face to to approach them and let them come to you. If you hold down back and press the two dash buttons, if he doesn't attack, you'll push block right away.
Okay.
If he tries to do an overhead, you backdash automatically.
Okay.
So that was the sickest thing. So like you can always avoid many of those things, but now what you do is.
But don't you dash with him or something? Isn't that what people do now?
No, you hold. Yeah. So that's what you do. So if you know they're gonna do it, so if you sit there and do nothing, like say you're the Magneto, and I'm the Storm, and I'm trying to do the OS tech. If you don't do anything, he's gonna backdash on. But if you press a button. Or if you press a button at the beginning, like go low, it'll push block.
Right.
But now, if you know you're going to do it, you got to dash to him. But what you do is, as soon as you escape, you just super jump, boom, you're gone. That's it. So it's pretty sick. So I wish we kind of knew about it back in the day. But it was, I'm kind of glad we didn't know about it, because probably Justin would have done it more, and we probably would have had a harder time hitting him. You
know, like sometimes like those years where we didn't like perfect the game, those years are like one of the more enjoyable ones, because it feels that like it's more like player versus player rather than tech versus tech. Like those years are pretty important, Like.
But yeah, there's still stuff that we're finding out. And then what's crazy about it is, since I stopped playing Marvel 2 and then I started playing other games, when I go back to Marvel 2, I implement stuff from like the new games that I played back in Marvel 2, and it actually makes me better in Marvel 2. So it's pretty interesting. Like, for example, the shimmy, you can actually bait a throw in that game. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Like I'll run up and like you can run up like you know how the Magnetos do the obvious standing jab into a grab, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that, right?
Yeah.
You can do standing jab, walk up to them, then like super jump straight down fierce, and like you'll hit their grab and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Like you do little stuff, like you implement a lot of stuff in there.
Like for me, like I would do Magneto's up close, or well, not up close, but stand roundhouse, and I would super jump cancel it on hit or some shit like that. But I would never get it. Like I wouldn't get it all the time, because it was pretty hard.
Yeah, it was. But yeah.
Like
cool
just to close it off real quick, fucking I remember back in the day, like Duck, his trademark would be he would put himself like at the face off where they're doing this, right? Like Duck would like go into the corner, and the opponent would obviously like push him there, and he'd always come out on top. And I was like, what is he doing? Like he wants to put himself close to the corner or something, you know? Like, but that was like kind of his thing, maybe like comfort zone or some shit like that. Is there any tech behind that?
No, it's more so it's a meta. I could be wrong, but we seen that too. Yeah. He basically wants the screen to be closer to him at all times, so that way when he does do his little traps and stuff, he stays stationary, doesn't move, but you're stuck there trying to gain space, but you can't push the screen. You get what I'm saying?
I see.
You can't pull the screen with you. So yeah, so I guess he definitely wanted the most screen control. So that was actually the best way to do it. With characters like Spyro. I could be wrong. That's just an assumption.
Did you ever get your run back against him, like in the non-Divas? No. Damn.
After he stopped. You know what's funny? It's funny. So that year we got first and second, right? Back in 06, we make top 8 again, but we both got tied for 5th. So it was funny how it worked out. But yeah, I never got to play him again. Wow. So, but I did promise Duck one day when I do Lamp in Cali, like when I stayed there a month, I'll play a first 100 on him. I already told him, so he knows.
That's awesome, man. Dude, it's like these little side stories. A lot of people don't know about it, man. It kills me. It kills me that people won't know they truly won't know how good John Choi is. They won't know who Rodolfo is. They won't know who J-Mar is. Like all these heads, man, are even like fucking Asian Hitler. I know, guys, it sounds weird, but that's his actual name, okay?
Yeah, it was his name. That was the. Yeah, but you know what? It's cool because those are gems, you know, if you think about it. That only the people that was there would know about it. But, you know, as time progresses, there will be those people that will snoop around like, hey, let me see what this guy did. They'll check results. Because I've had a couple of people that come up to me, man, I didn't know you win EVO, or, man, I didn't know you played Marvel 2 at this level, this, and the third. So I was like, that's, you know, so, and then things like that is what get them gravitated to the FGC more, actually. And they'll look at the history. So there was one thing, there was a funny thing, it was Reddit. They said something like, they had the history of like all the commentators. It was on Reddit. It was like, did you know not only Yipes is a commentator, but he was an EVO champion. He's like the only commentator that's an EVO champion. I'm like, damn, like y'all guys don't have to sauce that up. You know what I'm saying? But it's just funny. And then little things like that is what gets people to holler at me like, yo, yeah, man, I didn't know that you did this, and the third. So it was funny, like how it comes about. But yeah.
I got the opposite. Okay, like somebody was like, hey, yo, Kim, you're that commentator, right? I was like, fuck, man, but I can't come up. I can't come up and say like, don't you know who I am? You know, I'm a 2-time EVO top 8 EVO West champion. I can't say that kind of shit. You know, even though I'm singing right now.
Yeah.
I should cut this shit up.
Yeah, no. I know.
But then I'm like, that's me. I'm the commentator. Yeah. Thanks for the support, guys.
Yeah, man. You know, I get that a lot too. But like, yo, man, your commentator's awesome. Yeah, thanks. So I just gotta look at it that way. It doesn't bother me or anything, but
yeah. Okay, let's see. What else? So what was the last question? Okay, favorite old school player? Duck, right? No, not Duck. Combo Fiend.
Yeah.
3 players. Give me 3 players you want to play in tournaments. 3 players you want to play, but you haven't played. And why? You could have done the 2 if you want. Time constraints, you know.
Ricky, just because I want to shut her up.
Okay.
But Street Fighter 5, even though I played her in Street Fighter 4, but Street Fighter 5, I want to put a dent in that armor. So Ricky.
We should make it like 1 European, 1 American, but it's all up to you.
Damn, I got no beefs with Europe, man. I don't know. I just probably maybe because I just have. Yeah, I know. I get it. I just have never got an opportunity to play those guys like that. Only in Marvel. But Ricky, Infiltration. For I would like to see how I would do in a tournament setting with him.
Can I say Daigo or anything?
Nah.
Too easy.
Maybe. So, all right, Ricky, Infiltration, and if I have to say one more, damn, does this have to be Street Fighter 5?
No, not really. This is not.
And then in Marvel 3, I would like to see RF.
Interesting. Is Marvel 3 going to? Is the lineup announced? I have no idea. I don't think so. Right? It's been too soon.
Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I think it'll come back though for sure. But yeah, those would be my 3. So 2 in Street Fighter would be Infiltration Ricky, and then 3rd would be RF for Marvel 3. I would like to bump it up because he actually beat me in EVO. It was like 3-2, like last character, and I made like a very crucial mistake and beat me. But I would like to beat him. I would like to see him again for my run back and put a foot in his ass.
Good stuff. In my mind, I envision defeating blank in the finals of EVO 2017. I think. Did I ask this one already? It sounds like I've asked you this.
No, you asked me the 2-2, tied 2-2.
Who would be in the finals? I mean, you want to make a 2-parter? It's fine. Marvel and Street Fighter 5.
Marvel, I would like to beat either Justin or Chris G.
That's easy.
Champ, I don't gotta beat Champ. I already many times, so it's like that's not a dream no more. That's doable. Street Fighter, I would have to say the best in the world, Infiltration, man.
Got to beat the best to become the best, right?
Well, just more so, I just see his hunger. I like to feel that hunger from my opponent. It actually gets me hungry as well.
Yeah.
So that level of hunger, yeah, Infiltration.
Okay, good lineup you got there. Name 3 of the players that give you the most trouble in Street Fighter 5.
Oh, okay. Let's see, Dominion.
So it's probably because you play him so much. I'm sure it comes over a lot.
Yeah. Dominion. The most trouble. Wow. I mean, it was Art, but I kind of figured him out a little more, so I'll put him to the side. Damn, that's a hard question. I think I can't answer it, man, because I haven't really got my feet too wet to really know. So I would have to say, you know what? I'll just talk about. So Dominion, maybe Alucard.
How about the last one's online then? Like, who is really hard to beat online? Because you play your fair share.
Wolf Chrome.
There we go. Okay.
Only because I know he's playing autopilot because it's online, but I know if I'll see him in person, it'll be different. So, yes, I'll say Crone. And it's a funny story about Crone. He actually has 3 accounts, man, and they're all diamond. So it's funny. So I bumped into all 3 of them. I'm like, oh, this is Crone. I already know this is Crone.
You can tell by the playstyle?
Free. He has 3 names. I know all the names too. It's Growth Crone, something Saiyan is like Super Saiyan or something like that, and then like Frost Ice, some dumb shit like that. And they all play the same, literally.
They're all Loris.
Loris, yeah, all of them play the same. So it's like, wow.
Man, he gets a bad rep nowadays. I feel bad. It's like bullying in a way.
Yeah, I mean, Crone not to deserve it, but he talks out his ass sometimes. He's a cool dude. Like, I know him in person. Like, we're cool and stuff. But like online, his persona's a little different. So yeah. So I guess he deserves the heat sometimes.
Okay. All right. Last 2. Name one thing that you would absolutely love to keep from Street Fighter 5 for the next version of Street Fighter. So basically Street Fighter 6.
The normal and back recoveries. Those are a great implement in the game. So I'll keep those. Okay. That would be one thing.
Alrighty. Name one thing you would want taken out for the next version of Street Fighter 5. So
just make sure when you make it, there's
5 or whatever.
Yeah. So make sure when you make it, there's no lag. Absolutely. There's no lag. That's it. Keep everything the same. Just take away the latency. Like
after Urian comes out on the scene, I hope there's a long break so that I hope they don't announce season 2 immediately, because I would like some of the issues that the general public, not just top players, the general public wants fixed. So I would like to see that being improved on. Obviously, we know what we're talking about is.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not the one to complain. I don't even hate the game because of it, like the lag. Like, I'm not that type of person to complain. I'm all about movement ever since I've played fighting games, right? So when I feel that my movement is sluggish because of it, that's the turn-off point. That's the turning point for me. So I'm not here complaining, oh my gosh, Street Fighter 5, I can't even play it at all. You know what I'm saying? Because no, I'm not that person. That's the only aspect, the latency on movement to me. Because I double tap the buttons anyway, so it'll come out. whatever. But the latency, big time for me, big time.
You know, like there is one situation that like I've never really had to deal with until this game. It's like, you know, in this game when people jump, like it's a legit tactic for them to press their attack immediately now. You know, like back in the day, like of course you want to press. Not back in the day, what I'm talking about. In other games, you do a jump in, obviously at the height where, you know, they're crouching or standing, it would still hit them, right? But in this game, like they fucking with your opponent is like really popular. You just jump and immediately press roundhouse, even though that if you were to do that, and let's say I were to stay grounded, it would have totally missed, right? But since you got to think about the 8 frames of lag, you have to anticipate most of the time to make up for it, right?
Right.
So you get hit by it more. Like you wanna get there first and air to air them before they could even get there, but you can't really do that. So
yeah.
So for me, that's kind of, you know, I can't whiff punish that well, of course, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But I can't anti-air. I can't anti-air on reaction with something damaging to stop them from jumping in. Like that's a huge problem for me. So I mean, I went to Kami for a while because obviously. Back strong and uppercut, you know, that's
those are beautiful buttons. Yeah. But yeah, that's about it. All right, so what we got? We got one more question.
That was kind of it. I think that was.
Oh, that was it. Oh, okay. I lost count. I think you said like 2 more. Oh no, we did. Yeah. The finals and then that one. Okay.
We can't talk about Mcgregor Diaz. We already did that. Light years ahead. You don't really like Europe, okay? And then just kidding. Okay, this is we kind of talked about this a little bit, but this is the last one. In Street Fighter, okay, this is open-ended too. Okay, in Street Fighter 5, okay. in Street Fighter 5, conditioning your opponent is blank.
Conditioning my opponent is Conditioning my opponent is pretty consistent. It's consistent, but not consistent. I'm going to have to give you that answer. So it's 50-50.
Oh, okay. I see. You wanna
elaborate?
Yeah, a little bit more on that.
Well, sometimes when you feel like you guess right, you guess wrong, man.
There we go.
I'll say it like that. But it's a good thing because not only people can mix up their wake ups, but you know what? That's actually a challenge for you as a player to step your setups up. So I accept the challenge. I embrace the challenge.
I think this game makes the people that got away with playing completely safe the whole time, I think it makes them better players. And the people that are, let's say, like, just off the top of my head, like LPN or something, like those guys that like they thrive off taking risks, that's their comfort zone. Like those guys, they love this game, and those guys really excel. Like their skill set, like just expands, and it's much more than it is now. Because now all these options open up for them because that's where they want to be. And the safe guys like me,
no. Man, so thank you for having me, brother. I appreciate that, bro.
2 hours and 15
It's pretty
minutes.
cool.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to let them know where they can get contact with you? Twitter, Twitch.
Yeah, man. Just follow me on at IFCYipeS, and then of course, if you follow that Twitter, you'll see my link to my Twitch channel. My Twitch channel is twitch.tv/IFCYipeS. You basically just IFCYipeS everything, and I'll come out. That's about it. Seriously. You at IFC everything, Instagram it, you'll see it for sure.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Yipes, for coming on to the show.
No problem, man. No problem.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next week on the Jump In.